Hello and welcome to Dwyer Stadium for non-league action between the Buffalo Deisel and the Batavia Muckdogs. With Tom Prince, I'm Carson Harper, and our producer Francis Beck here on Western New York Athletics. Tom, we've got a non-league matchup today. What are you looking forward to?
Listen, this is a team that comes from the AAABA League over in Buffalo. For those of you who don't know the AAABA League, it is a league that has an unlimited age, right? You could be any age out there to be able to play in this, and these are some of the best players that have come around in Buffalo. We've even seen a pitcher that has not even lost 10 games in over 10 years that's on this team, right? That's how good this Deisel is. They've won multiple World Series that are in the AAABA. They are a team to defend every single year inside that division. So the Muckdogs knew we needed some competition. We're in first place. We're going to make sure we keep everything and what's going as far as momentum on our side. Why not bring in a team from Buffalo that could really challenge us, but at the same time, make sure that we try to keep what's alive, and that's the win streak and a first place right now inside their division.
As you mentioned, first place, and it is a party here in Batavia. It's been mentioned multiple times. They took sole possession of first place in the West Division of the Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League after they defeated the the Newark Pilots 8-1 last night, thanks to a 6-run fifth inning, and also thanks to the Niagara Power, another Western New York team who really beat up on the Elmira Pioneers 11-1. As we start with our pregame introductions, and I know, Tom, we were talking before game. It seems like such a good time here. Everything is intimate.
You're going to see right now, you should see on the screen the cheerleaders that are out here right now performing what they're doing out there. Their routine is the word I was looking for. And a great opportunity. We saw the Little League team come out to exchange the lineups right there. It was just an incredible scene just to start things off. And unfortunately, we got an early injury for one of the cheerleaders, and we feel horrible right now. It looks like I think she came down and landed on her, and her knee is what happened. And you can see she hopped off, and I just hope that she's okay right now. That's really the number one priority, is that she's okay.
Tough landing there. Tough way to start the game. But going down to the bullpen earlier, seeing the Muckdogs warm up, you saw a lot of the Little Leaguers playing catch.
I was just going to say that. Listen, if you haven't come to a game here in Batavia, get out here, because it is a true family atmosphere, right? You saw when you walked in, there was different tables and everything set up of different companies or different giveaways and different things that you can really just to be able to come out and enjoy, right? And then we saw the Little League team come out and absolutely give the opening lineups over to Paul Wolf of Deisel, who's the coach out there, and he walks out there, he's out there with 10 kids plus the coach of the Muckdogs, right, that we saw. Now you're going to see, look at all the kids ready to come in. They were out there having a catch, warming up with the actual Muckdogs players. I mean, this is just a fantastic atmosphere. I'm not going to say what are we, a quarter full is what we are right now? I'd probably say, but it's a gorgeous night out, a great opportunity just to sit out and watch a great baseball game. Boy, if I had a young one still, I'd be out here in a heartbeat right now watching one of these games. And and not only that, you're seeing when you come to the Muckdogs and you see these different teams that come around this collegiate league that they're in right now, you're going to see some of these next players, right? The next players to watch out for. And in fact, we're Western New York Athletics, so we love anything that comes out of Western New York, right? Our pitcher that we're going to see pitch for Batavia today is a St. Joe's graduate right here, right? And I mean, we're talking about this is what we get excited for, because we do these games to give these young men an opportunity, and young women for other sports. We give them the opportunity so they can get recognized. So they've got the opportunity to play on teams like this, and they've got the film in order to do that. That's why we get so excited to come out and do some of the games that we're doing.
Of course, and selfishly at least, this Batavia Muckdogs roster, they've got guys from Florida, they've got guys from Illinois, all over. So you're really seeing the best of the best that's coming out of the NCAA.
We talked about it too. Another player who's not here right now that we know has played with the Muckdogs in the past is also Brian Fry, who comes from the Medina team. You remember, if we don't have COVID And there's a chance Brian Fry, we're talking about him for Player of the Year, if you remember in Western New York. Not only Player of the Year, this young man had the opportunity to possibly win Player of the Year for football, Player of the Year for baseball, right? He also was on a section winning team for basketball. This kid's probably one of the best three-sport athletes we had seen that year. And he had an opportunity to win that award, which came from the Buffalo News. So you're talking about, we've seen some of our best players come through this league, and you're going to see one of them come to the mound to show his stuff against a great Deisel team.
Of course, Eric Swinsicki. Of course, we were talking about Brian Fry. I remember playing with him growing up on travel leagues, and no matter what, he just seemed to get the job done. Similar to Trent Rumley, another middle infielder that we see often is now lineups are being introduced as the mascots dancing around with the Little Leaguers.
That's the fun part right there. But you talk about, how about Trent Rumley? Here's a St. Mary's product playing Division I baseball for Canisius out there, right? You're talking about what we saw was one of the best shortstops in the area and didn't get a chance to play his senior year. If you remember, he got hurt in basketball and couldn't finish out his senior year. Otherwise, we would have talking about a possibility of him going out to go after Player of the Year opportunities. So you're really seeing some great baseball players that are going to come through this area and come through this league in various fashions.
Of course, and with a little bit of Major League Baseball love, we saw Matt Duffy go in the 4th round to the Boston Red Sox, and 2 arms coming out of N-Trip.
Which is, and I'll tell you, when you look at N-Trip, the first thing I think about when you talk about N-Trip, you really think about arms, right? You really think about arms. You've got a coach out there that really could be one of the top pitching coaches in the area, period, and he gets to have and lead a team out there, and you know his pitchers are always ready to go.
Of course, I have a lot of high school pitchers ask me, who's the best guy in around? And it's Matt Klingersmith, and there's no question about it.
And I'll tell you, now you also have a change over at ECC where you're going to get another big arm come into play. Jake Hartford becomes the ECC pitching coach. I like what Jake has done, and also a big arm that, if you know, in Western New York has been a big arm and has been a guy that's done it for years, not only in baseball, period, throughout his high school years. He's also coached a little bit at Timon, and he's also played in Canada where he has been a top pitcher out there and really shown his stuff. I'm telling you, baseball here in Western New York is alive and well. Hey, listen, your brother's a big testament to that, right? He's down, as you know, playing in Georgia right now, proving that he is one of the top catchers, no doubt, in Western New York, but also one of the top players in Western New York. And I'll tell you right now, you know, he just went and was a finalist for Player of the Year. And I'm telling you, if it wasn't for 2 guys that went to a state championship, you're probably talking about a kid who was Player of the Year. He's that good, he's that great, and no doubt he's got future in front of him.
Yes, of course. Going back to kind of talking about the atmosphere around here, looking around the crowd, it's not just mom and dads. It's the people from around town, older folks looking out to catch a ball game. I think that's what makes it awesome. Got a beer tent down the left field line. There's
2 different teams. There's a football team out here, right?
This is awesome.
You can see there's 3 different baseball teams, if I'm correct. Right?
This is fantastic.
And this is just the kind of atmosphere you really, folks, if you want to come down and really enjoy a game, this is the deal. But, even if I'm the guy who I may not necessarily be the starting guy out here, but look at that. I mean, how great does it feel to have kids come up and just want your autograph, right? Just want to shake your hand. Know your name, right? Know your name and what you do, and I'll bet you even some of your stats.
Yeah. And we'll be right back on Western New York Athletics right after the anthems.
Our homes have become offices, gyms, schools, and playgrounds. And at Western New York Immediate Care, we know you may need us now more than ever. Whether you've suffered a minor injury or just aren't feeling well, Western New York Immediate Care physicians are trained to diagnose and treat most non-life-threatening injuries and illnesses. With 5 convenient locations open 7 days a week, help is never far away. Life has changed, but Western New York Immediate Care is still here for you.
There's nothing better than owning the perfect house to come home to. You've earned it, and we'll make it happen. Our local real estate experts and in-house team of financial professionals make buying or selling your home simple. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
I love being home.
Back here on Western New York Athletics from beautiful Dwyer Stadium in Batavia, New York.
Our first ceremonial pitch, we would like to welcome
As the ceremonial pitches will get underway, we just saw the American National Anthem with the Cub Scouts out wielding the flag.
Rocky's logged over 260 points in his 16-year hockey career, and he's joined this evening by his son, Ty. They will both be throwing out this first pitch. Welcome to Batavia, Robbie Torres and Ty.
So this is great. So you're actually going to see the first draft pick of the Sabres throw out the first pitch, right? And
Not
then
too
his
bad.
son is going to follow throwing out the next pitch.
This is awesome. Not too bad for a hockey player on the first pitch. And we're going to have a pinch catcher come in from the Deisel. Oh, and it's over his head.
Nice job, Robbie and Ty. Our second ceremonial first pitch is a standout running back by the name of Kai Sperling.
As in comes a Little League running back from Oakfield, Alabama, Elba.
Looks to make it a memorable one. Kai is also
3 towns not too far from here.
And I'll tell you, this team has got a great high school program as that team's gone on, as we've seen, beaten Section 6 and gone on to the state semifinals. So this team's got a great, as you can see, feeder program. I'm big on the feeder programs to be able to see how they're going to get to the next level.
A good block from our Diesel catcher.
And our Diesel catcher is actually Ronnie Bernick's son is who that is out there.
Really?
That's who that is. That's Ronnie over there standing there. Ronnie, who actually runs Hot Corner Athletics here in Western New York. That's his son they actually brought out to do that.
Oh, that's awesome. As you see, a Little Leaguer at shortstop that took a warm-up ground ball from the first baseman, Celta. That'll be our ceremonial first pitches as we'll get ready for baseball from Batavia, New York. And our starting pitcher, number 48, Eric Swinsicki from Lancaster, New York, 5'11", 190, sophomore from Lemoyne College.
And how about Lemoyne? He goes there thinking he's going to be a Division II player, and they're going to turn themselves into a Division I program out there. So Lemoyne, on their way to possibly be a Division I program, he now is going to get upgraded possibly from a D2 player to a D1 player staying at the same school.
Which we have seen, I mean, the jumps in his velocity, in his movement, in his spin rate. Seeing him in high school at St. Joe's, he was a solid arm. Okay, you can go D2, you can get some playing time. But now he's sitting low 90s with his fastball. He's got a high 80 slider, and good changeup, and a great curveball.
Eric was also, at the time, a finalist for the Player of the Year. He was also a Colpoys Barrows finalist for Player of the Year while he was at St. Joe's.
2022 class, St. Joe's. Let's set the defense for Joey Martinez, the manager of the Muckdogs. Outfield left to right is Falcon, Bernardini, and Hetherington. The infield from third base around the horn, Espinal at third, Rodriguez at short, Bacon at second, El Celta at first. Aguila Jr. behind the plate for Eric Swinsicki as we're just about ready for baseball at Dwyer Stadium.
So Deisel, unfortunately, has got some players who are not able to be here today, but for some very good reasons, right? Tommy Lacongo missing, just had their first child, a son, last week. And that's the reason why he can't be here. He is an Orchard Park product, if you remember, and a big player that has gone on to second-level baseball and played some professional baseball himself out there. So Tommy Lacongo, congratulations on your son out there, and absolutely glad to have you as a part of the Deisel. Max Schmarter catching in the Triple ABA playoffs today. He goes to Tusculum University, hopes to be the starting third baseman next season. If you remember, he was an Olmsted product, right? A catcher at Olmsted comes out of the city of Buffalo, and he now is kind of changing his game. He's turned himself now into a corner player, and you'll see him try to play third base here at the next level.
As we're just about ready for first pitch, as in steps Jacob Victor, wearing number 15 on the jersey, the right fielder, representing the Buffalo Deisel. Victor, an outfielder, 6 foot, 225, right-handed batter from Canisius, freshly graduated 2022. Swinsicki gets the sign, kicks and deals, and we're underway. Fastball outside misses. 1-0 to start the day.
And he was a two-way Canisius. He was Canisius High School and Canisius College is where he went to.
Talk about feeders. The 1-0 from Swinsicki. Fastball swung on third base side, ground ball over to first. And a 5-3 ground out. Espinal to Alcelta for the first out of the inning. As in steps BJ Steck, the extra hitter. Both sides today deciding to hit 10 with a non-league game today. Swinsicki with the glove at the letters. First pitch swung on and missed from Stack.
Stack's been a Deisel outfielder in a 7-time NABF All-World Series team he's been a part of, right? So that's how good he's leads the Heat team in hitting again this year, and he's going to turn 40 on Monday.
Wow. Still doing it at 39 as that pitch is in there for strike two. Count moves to 0-2. And talking about older players, talking about pressure, I was talking to Eric Swinsicki before the game. His first start at Lemoyne was in Super Regionals as a true freshman. 0-2 was a fastball upstairs, and the count moves to 1-2.
And BJ is a part of the Western New York Athletics crew. So he is one of our cameramen and a big part of Western New York Athletics at the same exact time, too.
Wow. So the 1-2 from Swinsicki. Swung on and missed. And Eric picks up his first strikeout of the day with a good arm side changeup. As in steps number 8, Matt Wiedespach, the left fielder. Deisel with their black uniforms, purple writing with yellow outlines, and white pants. The Muckdogs in their traditional red jerseys with the black sleeves on the white pants. Fastball misses upstairs, 1-0.
Take a look where Matt is in the batter's box, too. You can see he is all over that line. Do you see where he is? I mean, a step back at all, he comes out of that batter's box, and you can see that's how important, and you can see how good Swinsicki looks today.
Another fastball just misses the outer corner. No, it doesn't. He calls it a strike, a late call. So the count moves even at 1-1. Wiedespach, 6 foot, 220 from ECC as that pitch is up and in. And the count moves to 2-1.
How about this one? Matt just took the job as the personal trainer for the Syracuse Orange women's basketball team.
Wow.
So he's going to have a big play out there. As you know, that women's team has been good and getting better and better, and got one of the coaches out of Buffalo to come now out to Syracuse.
Very legit as that pitch misses in a 3-1 count. Swinsicki falling behind his first batter of the day. Gets his sign, the 3-1. fouled off down the right field line, and the count will move full at 3-2.
Beautiful night. Well, I mean, is this not a great night to come out and enjoy a baseball game? I mean, it is just gorgeous. What is it, 75 or 76? I was off by one, right? 76 degrees. I mean, the sun just setting. Just a beautiful night to be out here and enjoy a baseball game.
Slight breeze from third to first as that fastball is fouled straight back. Talking to Eric pregame, he said he'd like to use his fastball that's elevated early on. He likes to throw straight on the first time throughout the lineup. Heavy fastballs. And then we'll look the second time throughout the lineup. He'll start to throw backwards. The 3-2. Fouled off down the right field line. Third straight foul ball from the Deisel left fielder.
You can see just a little bit behind right now. As you can see, probably, especially in AAA-BA this year, I'm not sure we've seen any guys that are hitting 90 out there today. So, again, you're going to need to make the adjustments as you go on in this game, especially when they get a feel of the speed again.
The 3-2, breaking ball just outside.
I think Swinsicki wanted that one. Did you see the smile on his face? I think he thought he had that one.
That one was just on the outside, but no dice for ball 4. And in steps number 87, Nick Jasinski, the designated hitter, hitting for the pitcher. Right-handed batter with an open stance. Runner on first. 2 away here in the top of the first. First pitch from Swinsicki. Fastball that catches his zone. Looks like it was further out than the last one. Swinsicki gets a sign, comes set at the belt, kicks and deals. Fastball fouled off down the first base line, and the count quickly moves to 0-2.
So, Carson, you've been a baseball guy, right? Especially, you were a great outfielder when you played. If you're a pitcher right now, because you were a pitcher at 1.2 and through, when you see a guy with an open stance like this, would you rather go in the inside corner or the outside corner?
Well, I think you'd start off looking for a ground ball on the outside with something soft, sliders, curveballs. But once you get late in that count, you can freeze them inside or try to saw them off. Runner goes, fastball, but outside. But Aguila Jr. fumbles it behind the plate, and it'll be a stolen base for Wiedesbach.
I tell you, he saw that too. He was up early to be able to get that, and it looked like the release, the actual transfer is where he actually lost the ball, wasn't able to get it out of his glove.
Almost a de facto pitch out, and the count moves to 1-2 on Jasinski. Line drive left center field. That's going to fall. Runner coming around third. He's going to score, and Deisel gets ahead 1-0 here in the top of the first.
How important does that stolen base now become for Deisel, right? You can see is he was ready because he was up and ready. He was standing up when the jump happened. Easy was ready to make that throw, and now you can see because of the transfer, not on second base hit, that should be a runner on third right there if you're thinking Batavia, and that's an opportunity that we missed right there.
Exactly. Jasinski gets the first RBI of the day, and passing the baton to Neil DeMartin, the first baseman, left-handed hitter. First pitch will catch him. So a little bit of a 2-out rally from Deisel. As DeMartin reaches via the hit by pitch. As in steps the shortstop, number 32, Alex Seifert. Seifert, 5'10", 190 from Jacksonville State. First pitch is a fastball on the outer corner, misses, and the count moves to 1-0.
So once we get a chance later in this lineup to see Nathan Makarian bat, we've got a great stat between Nate and then Neil DeMartin, who just got hit, that we're going to bring up when that comes.
Another fastball outside. The count moves quickly to 2-0. We've seen the Deisel hitters be very patient early on.
No doubt about it. And I think there's multiple reasons for that, Carson. Like I said, is they haven't really seen 90 miles an hour yet this season. Not to say they haven't seen it before, not to say these players can't hit it. Obviously they can. But you make an adjustment when you haven't seen that.
Breaking ball misses outside, and Count is now 3-2-1. Did he call a strike?
Yes.
Okay, we got some late calls.
He is. You can see he's making the strike call very late.
So a 2-1 count with runners on first and second. Fastball swung on and missed. And the count will move even at 2-2.
But a great start right now if you're Deisel, right? You come out here, you don't really know what to expect. You played them one time before, and it didn't go very well for them. It went well for the Muckdogs. So this is their opportunity right now to jump on them and try to make something happen early.
The 2-2 from Swinsicki. Fouled off. Looked like a hard slider that hung up in the zone. And I'm sure Seifert wants that one back. Outfield. Fairly straight away. Right fielder playing a tad in. Swinsicki gets the sign, Cubs set. Checks the runner at second. The 2-2. Fouled off down the right field line.
I'll tell you, Carson, to hit one out center field here, that's got to go what? 450?
Easy.
I mean, it's 400, I know, but that fence is so high to those flags, that's got to be a 450 shot to get out of here.
You have to hit it over the batter's eye. Dwyer Stadium, 325 in the corners and 400, a classic arc-style outfield. The 2-2. Breaking ball flew out to right field. Hetherington coming in and making a shoelace grab. So Deisel will pick up one here on the top of the first. And we'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Sometimes it just isn't your day. We all need a little help from time to time. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective care. And we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
With exclusive buyer insights and our 100% money-back guarantee, we're confident we'll find buyers for your home. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
Do you insure a lot of businesses?
Yes, we do.
How about restaurants?
We got a bunch.
Do you cover property damage?
Yes, we do.
How about my equipment?
Covered.
How about sewer backup?
We got it.
What if my cook gets hurt?
They're covered.
Foodborne illnesses?
Covered.
What if my party tent goes down?
Covered under property damage.
And you say this is all under one policy?
One policy.
When do I pay?
Once a month.
Just one time?
Just one.
Is there anything you don't cover?
What's your record for consecutive questions asked?
31.
Tables. We don't do tables.
Gotta love Buffalo.
For all your insurance questions, call the Wolf at 835-WOLF.
The 5-8-5 versus the 7-1-6. The Deisel with one run in the top of the first back here from Dwyer Stadium in Batavia, New York. And it's Manny Alamani on the mound, the right-hander for the Deisel. Gets set, and his first pitch of the night is a fastball right back at him, but it's fouled off. The catcher, Levi Aguila Jr., wearing the classic 00. Excuse me, he's wearing 35 today. It's not often you see a catcher leading off the lineup card. 0-1, breaking ball hung, flew out to left field. Whiteospac's going to come in and make the catch for the first out of the inning.
Boy, he did get that one over the heart of the plate, though, right? He got underneath that one just a hair to send that up. Otherwise, that was going over the wall right there. But here, let's take a look at Manny. He'll be tonight's starting pitcher, but of late, he has a shutout win against the Elmira Pioneers of the PGL last Saturday night and welcomed his first child last week.
Wow, congratulations. Whole lot of babies for the Deisel. As in steps the center fielder Christian Bernardini. As that good breaking ball swung on and missed.
Boy, the bottom dropped out of that one right there. It really did. Nice pitch.
Great adjustment from the previous pitch. Count is 0-1. As that fastball misses inside and the count moves even to 1-1.
Now, I've coached for years, and I'll tell you, the only thing I'm going to say is, with that kind of a curveball that you've seen out there, I don't want you swinging at that at the first pitch, right?
No.
I want you let that go and look for the dead red fastball right there for the first strike.
That pitch misses inside. The count moves to 2-1. Easily a pitch that if it's not hung, you're not swinging till 2 strikes.
And that's the thing, and especially early on in the game when you want to see pitches, right? I'm looking for that fastball. If he's going to do that, what I'm going to do is tip my cap if he's got that great of a pitch he's going to throw for a strike.
Of course, as that fastball is fouled off the mask of the Deisel catcher, and the count moves to 2-2. The 2-2 pitch, Nubbard to third base. DeLeo is going to come on, but he's going to kick it. So an E5 will give the Muckdogs their first base runner of the day.
I'm not sure he's making that play anyway. I think even if he comes up clean, that's still going to be a hit right there, just because you could see, like you said, such a slow hit. For him to come, make the play with the glove, make the transfer, somehow get it over there, I don't think he's making the play either.
Especially with a center fielder moving down the line. As in steps the first baseman, James Alcetta, to look at a first pitch strike on the outer corner. Alcetta from Weston, Connecticut, 6'1", 195. Sophomore from Lafayette College. As Alemany will check the runner at first. Bernardini back with plenty of time. 0-1 count with one away here in the bottom of the first. Breaking ball blocked well. Nothing doing over at first.
But think about this, you know what I mean? Like, you know, we got the youngest player to ever play for the Deisel, and you've got a 40-year-old out here, right?
Yeah, as that ground ball is up the middle. 6-4-3. And a double play will get the Deisel out of the inning. 1-0 after one here from Batavia, New York. We'll be right back on Western New York Athletics.
Life can be full of surprises, but not always the good kind. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective care, and we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
With exclusive buyer insights and our 100% money-back guarantee, we're confident we'll find buyers for your home. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
Back here from Batavia, New York. It's the Muckdogs and the Deisel. Deisel up early, 1-0. As we've got an update, we saw the first baseman, Alceta, kind of run gingerly down the line as he grounded into a 6-4-3 double play to end the bottom of the first. He is now scratched from the lineup. Sean Ladd will now play first base for the Muckdogs as the first pitch misses and the count moves to 1-0.
Yeah, Carson, you knew something was wrong, right? I mean, he even came out of the box horrible on that one, and you could just see just couldn't get down the base pass at all.
1-0, good fastball on the inner half of the plate, but it'll miss inside. To Mark DeLeo, third baseman for the Deisel.
But I'll tell you, you got to give Seifert a big credit over at shortstop. That was a great play that he actually goes, slides to be able to turn that double play.
That slider is in the dirt. And the count moves to 3-0.
DeLeo is actually coaching in Mercyhurst, right, with his 14U travel baseball team. The Aces is what he is. So here's a guy who's doing coaching and still be able to play at the same exact time.
So 3-0 is in there for strike one.
And for those of you who know anything about the Aces program, right, that is where, for those of you in Western New York, know Dennis Crowley will probably be coaching one of his last years with the Aces program for travel.
As that fastball is up in the zone line to right field for a base knock for the third baseman. And the second hit of the day for the Deisel. As in steps Jordan Kowalski, the second baseman. Again in the left-handed batter's box. Healthy amount of left-handed hitters from the Deisel already.
Yeah, boy, you don't see many, teams like this. They've really been bringing the left-handers.
Something that usually, especially being a border town in Buffalo, you see somehow a lot of Canadians like to hit left-handed. As that fastball is in there for a strike.
Tell you, no outs, too. I know it's early in the game, but do you think almost about bunting them over right here?
Try to get a little momentum, maybe get the runner in motion, a hit and run with a 1-1 count if he throws a ball here, which he does, fastball inside.
But Carson, think about it. You got a lefty up. Look at that right now where third base is playing. He's playing deep down there. Do you think about putting something down right there to at least get that runner over to second base with less than 2 outs?
Yeah, one-way lead extended from DeLeo. The 1-1. Swung on, ground ball back to Swinsicki. To the shortstop, over to first. And a double play of their own. 1-6-3 go the Muckdogs. Swinsicki, Rodriguez, and Sean Ladd, welcome to the game.
How about this? You got to talk about being a defensive player as a pitcher, right? And a lot of pitchers you see now falling off the side of their mounds and do not play well defensively. Swinsicki does a fantastic job of being in a defensive play right there to be able to make himself possibly out of an inning with nothing. When we were talking about how do you turn it into a rally.
Of course. Glove side play made from the right-hander. First pitch to Nate Markarian is a fastball up in the zone for ball one.
So Nate Markarian becomes the youngest player to ever play for the Deisel. And he takes that over from Neil DeMartin, who was the youngest player at 16 years old.
Wow. A Will North prospect. His count moves to 2-0.
Max Zimmerman saying here's one of his future players, especially behind the dish, that you could see him play.
The 2-0. It's a fastball that misses outside. Count moves to 3-0. As Swinsicki was able to take it himself. 1-6-3 for the first 2 outs. Here in the top of the second, the 3-0 to the Deisel backstop is in there for strike one, and the count moves to 3-1.
I know it was a late call right there, but you can tell you knew it was a strike because I didn't see our batter right there move at all, so he must have heard it first.
The 3-1 swung on and missed, fastball upstairs. Swinsicki said he likes to elevate his velocity.
That's what must be happening. Blue must be able to say it and then show it later because you saw Markarian not even move, right? So you saw he knew it was a strikeout there.
The 3-2. outside, ball 4. Second walk of the day for the right-hander out of Lancaster. As in steps the center fielder, Ryan Barduti. Another left-handed hitter for the Deisel. Runner on first. Swinsicki checks him. Fastball popped up to first base. Sean Ladd giving it a look in foul territory, and he'll put it away to retire the side. So one left on one hit and no runs for the Deisel in the bottom of the second. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
There's nothing better than owning the perfect house to come home to. You've earned it, and we'll make it happen. Our local real estate experts and in-house team of financial professionals make buying or selling your home simple. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
If you've been injured in an auto accident, large or small, call 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab right away. If you are in pain or just sore, don't take chances. Call RES today and take advantage of their 24 to 48-hour appointment pledge. With no copays, RES will help navigate the confusing world of no-fault insurance with you, so you can concentrate on getting better. 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab. The most important call you can make after an auto accident.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA, with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
Call 835-WOLF. Remember, you calling the Wolf. That's all you had to say. Call today.
In steps the second baseman, Trey Bacon. Donning number 4 on the red uniform. First pitch from Alemany is a fastball outside, and the count is 1-0 to the Muckdogs second baseman. Another fastball downstairs. Count moves to 2-0.
The only thing I think we talk about with the Muckdogs right now in pitching with Swinsicki, he's throwing a lot of pitches, it seems, right? I mean, like you said, we've already gone through only the second inning, and Diesel's gone through the entire lineup already.
That pitches. Grounded a shortstop. Thrown over from Seifert to DeMartin. And 6-3 to put away the Muckdogs second baseman. And from one great name to another, Trey Bacon leaves it to Chad Falcon, the left fielder for the Muckdogs, batting in the left-handed batter's box. Alemany comes set. First pitch fastball fouled down the left field line, out past the beer tent. Chad Falcon from Stony Point, New York, 6', 180 freshman from St. John's University, as that fastball is again fouled down the left field line.
Strictly a downstate guy is what he is right there when you look at that, right? St. John's, and also what was great about the connection to Western New York for St. John's this year, that's where the Monsignor Martin finals, the private school state finals were held this year.
As that pitch is flown out to center field. Barduti will take it, no problem, and 2 up, 2 down so far in the bottom of the second for the Muckdogs.
Boy, I tell you got to be impressed with right now Manny out here on the mound, right? Manny Alamany right now is really doing a fantastic job on the mound. And what he's doing well is hitting spots, right? He's hitting his spots, and you can see you're not talking about strikeouts out here, but you can see everything popped up, right? A lot of things he's put in the right places, the ball in the right places. And that's the first pitch that I think that covered most of the plate as I said that, right?
Yeah, Caleb Rodriguez picks up the first hit of the day for the Muckdogs. And talking about Alamany, his pitching counterpart with Batavia throwing a lot of pitches. If the Deisel can get another long inning, it might become a Johnny Holstaff day for Batavia.
Yeah, you wonder. You really do. But you got to remember, too, this isn't like what we're used to because we cover mainly high school sports, right, which are ultimately 7-inning games. You're also talking about a 9-inning game right here, which also knows at one point you're going to get to the bullpen, period.
Of course, a good breaking ball to the right fielder, Kyle Hetherington, who swings through the first pitch.
That may be what I'm most impressed right now with Manny's his off-speed stuff. It really is. You can see really been tough to hit.
As that fastball is fouled straight back, and the count moves quickly to 0-2.
And, Carson, you know as a player yourself, when you go against somebody that's got nasty off-speed stuff and really can take the miles per hour off that, what it does for your fastball, right? It makes that fastball look that much faster.
Runner goes, swung on and missed. And that'll be it for the Batavia Muckdogs. 1 hit, 1 left on, no runs doing. And we'll be right back after a message from our sponsors.
Our homes have become offices, gyms, schools, and playgrounds. And at Western New York Immediate Care, we know you may need us now more than ever. Whether you've suffered a minor injury or just aren't feeling well, Western New York Immediate Care physicians are trained to diagnose and treat most non-life-threatening injuries and illnesses. With 5 convenient locations open 7 days a week, help is never far away. Life has changed, but Western New York Immediate Care is still here for you.
There's nothing better than owning the perfect house to come home to. You've earned it, and we'll make it happen. Our local real estate experts and in-house team of financial professionals make buying or selling your home simple. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
Top of the third and back to the top of the lineup card for the Buffalo Deisel as in steps Jacob Victor, rounded out 5-3 in his first at-bat today. Right-handed batter. And a little update for our dance crew friend. She has been seen around. She's on crutches. She's got ice on the right knee, but she's doing all right. She hasn't left the venue. A real trooper.
So, Carson, we are kind of tracking pitches. We may be off by a pitch or two, so please don't hold us to it, dear. But we got Swinsicki already at 41 pitches. So think about it. That's 20 an inning right there that we've seen. So this is where I think exactly what we've been alluding to. He's got to have that quick inning that we're looking for and get one of those 1, 2, 3 innings right here.
Falls behind with the fastball, 1-0. That pitch will also miss down, and the count moves to 2-0 to the Deisel right fielder.
I've actually had a chance to see Victor come up through. He comes up through the Orchard Park Little League, so I got to see him as he was young. Then we covered him at Canisius, and then goes on to Canisius College. Been a great product here in Western New York.
That fastball catches the outer half of the zone, and the count moves to 2-1 as the sun starts to set here on beautiful Dwyer Stadium. do we think it could be possibly a factor soon?
If there were shadows, I'd say yeah, right? But it doesn't look like. Ooh.
That fly ball is down the right field line. Hetherington's going to give it a look, but ultimately foul.
I really think the only one that's going to look into that sun at all is going to be the first baseman, right? So could there be a throw or whatever? But I think these guys are much more advanced to the point that they know how to use their glove the right way. They know how to use the things to be able to block that out. And again, if you're a Muckdogs player at least, you've already played through this. How many times already this season to be able to make sure that you know you've got to block that out and do the right things?
As we are nestled right in the middle of a neighborhood here in Batavia, the 2-2 swung on and fouled back from Victor. So we'll do the 2-2 again. Swinsicki nearing the half-century mark in pitches today as the ballpark continues to fill up.
There's been more people coming, and we're still only in the top of the third right here. I love this atmosphere.
Good fastball. Blue says he goes, much to the dismay of Jacob Victor. And Eric Swinsicki will pick up another strikeout.
And we got to tell everybody what happened in the middle of the last inning, right? So we actually saw the cheerleaders that were here earlier get on the dugout with players from the Muckdogs and dance and everything to the music that was out here. That's the atmosphere that you're going to see out here with the Muckdogs. Boy, I just tell you, I've been having a blast just sitting here watching this game.
I could say the same as in steps B.J. Stack. Struck out swinging in his first at-bat, looks at a ball. And I remember a couple of years ago, I went to a West Michigan Whitecaps game, single A in Michigan of the Detroit Tigers, and it just seemed like a circus around a baseball game as that pitch is in there for strike one.
Well, we talked about it off air. We just said, have you seen the Savannah Bananas play, right? You want to talk about a circus atmosphere. I mean, you really are going to a baseball game to laugh and have a good time.
As that fastball misses inside to left-handed hitting Stack. And I think one of the good parts is it doesn't seem to interfere with the game. We saw wheelbarrow races on the side. We've seen a little bit of the Cotton Eye Joe, but it's kind of like the players are coming out, they're having a good time, and then they go back and do the job.
And how loose does that make you as a player, right? Because I know then I'm loose as a goose right out there as a player, and to be able to do what I've got to do out in the field just because I'm smiling and having a good time and I'm not stressed.
Of course. As the count moves to 3-1 to the extra hitter, B.J. Stack. Pitch from Swinsicki. Fastball on the outer corner is in there for a strike, and then the count will move full. And I guess maybe a storyline for the day. A lot of young guys with Batavia, a lot of college guys, and a lot of elder guys with Deisel who've got the experience over the Muckdogs.
Been there, done it already, right?
As that pitch is grounded to first base, Sean Ladd will take it himself. Call off Swinsicki, and it's 2 up, 2 down. 3 unassisted.
I mean, take a look at some of the colleges right here for Batavia. Santa Fe College, Salisbury University, St. John's, Xavier University of Louisiana, Lemoyne, Florida Memorial, right? Lafayette College, Thomas Jefferson University, Keene University, another St. John's, and Lipscomb University. Those are just where these players are out there playing right now.
As the first pitch from Swinsicki is a fastball that misses outside to Matt Whitesback. Left fielder walked in his first plate appearance and then stole a base and came around to score for the only run of the day. 1-0. Flown out to right field, and it's going to land for a base hit right in front of Hetherington. So
that's
another 2-out knock.
Second hit of the day, right there. And you remember, he's the one that steals the base, gets the single right here. This is how they got their run. Same batters right now up. Let's see if they have him on the move right now, too.
Got to expect, as we were talking earlier, with an open stance, some fastballs maybe on the inner half of the plate.
I'm going to start off on the inner half. That's where I'm going to go, right? I want to see what he does on the inside fastball.
Swinsicki comes set at the belt. Big kick. Breaking ball in the dirt, but nothing doing over at first. A good block from Aguila Jr. And I think that's something that is easily a pitcher's best friend. You could talk about strikeouts. You could talk about stuff all you want, but a good catcher will elevate your game instantly.
Boy, there's no doubt about that.
The 1-0. Swung on line straight back up the middle, but a diving stop as it'll get through. Bacon was unable to get the ball to stop in front of him. Looked like it hit him in the arm and kind of skipped up.
Yeah, it was a great effort right there, though, because I'm still not sure he gets an out on that one, even if he comes up with that. But again, now you're still talking first and second right here and an opportunity to put some more runs up on the board.
As the top half of this Deisel lineup has demonstrated great two-out at-bats, as in steps Neil DeMartin, who was hit by a pitch in his first at-bat. Swinsicki misses outside with a fastball, 1-0. And again, if you don't dive and at least deflect the ball, you're talking about speed with Whitus back on first. He could come around to third.
That's another great point. You're absolutely right, because you could see we couldn't see where the ball was right away, right? So how can the runner really see that the ball got through right there? But you're right. If he saw that goes through early, does he try to break right for third? Now you're talking about runners on first and third right here and an opportunity to possibly score. Even a pass ball could score you.
Of course. It's a good arm side changeup from Swinsicki. Ultimately misses. Bacon trying to bait the runner at second. Big lead. So that fastball is in there for strike one, and the count moves to 2-1. We've seen almost the maturity of Deisel, seeing a lot of pitches, wasting a lot of pitches, taking bases when they need to.
I mean, hopefully, listen, at this point, I don't care whether it's game changer or a book, right? These are the things that all these two teams do to keep score, right? I don't care what it is, but you better understand pitch counts that's going on right now. And listen, you know people will not stay in a game. It's usually 100 is that number that's out there, right? So if I'm sitting there going, he's gone through 40 in 2 innings, I'm going to make sure I'm looking at pitches right now.
As that pitch is grounded to Bacon at second base. Over to Ladd. 4-3 to end the inning. Swinsicki strands a couple more runners for the Deisel. And we'll be right back on Western New York Athletics.
Sometimes it just isn't your day. We all need a little help from time to time. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective care. And we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
With exclusive buyer insights and our 100% money-back guarantee, we're confident we'll find buyers for your home. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
Do you insure a lot of businesses?
Yes, we do.
How about restaurants?
We got a bunch.
Do you cover property damage?
Yes, we do.
How about my equipment?
Covered.
How about sewer backup?
We got it.
What if my cook gets hurt?
They're covered.
Foodborne illnesses?
Covered.
What if my party tent goes down?
Covered under property damage.
And you say this is all under one policy?
One policy.
When do I pay?
Once a month.
Just one time?
Just one.
Is there anything you don't cover?
What's your record for consecutive questions asked?
31.
Tables. We don't do tables.
Gotta love Buffalo.
For all your insurance questions, call the Wolf at 835-WOLF.
Back here at Dwyer Stadium in Batavia, New York. It's the Deisel still up 1-0 over the Batavia Muckdogs. Ready for the bottom of the third. And a new hitter, Justin Espinal, the third baseman, number 37, with 8, 9, 10 due up in the bottom of the third for the Muckdogs.
So we've been talking about pitch counts. We know Swinsicki's sitting at 61 about right now, right? 61. Right now, Manny, 18.
Wow, very impressive. First pitch from him, a good breaking ball in there for a strike. Catches a fat part of the zone.
To me, because, like I said, as coaches, I teach I don't like that off speed. Unless you see it unbelievable to go for a first strike. I'm looking for a first pitch fastball.
That fastball is lined into left field, down for a hit. So Justin Espinal gets himself a base knock.
So to finish that point, how important is a pitcher when you can get that off-speed stuff like we're seeing over for a first strike? Now you own that zone, right? Or you own that at-bat right there because you can get that off-speed off, and now anything can happen for those second and third pitches. And when you actually can go to that fastball, do you sneak it by because it looks that much faster?
And I think talking about pitch count, you know you're low. Batavia's going to want to see some pitches. That ball is in the dirt. And Markarian can't find it, so the runner will advance 90 feet with a wild pitch. Espinal moves up to second, and back to your point, you know that the Muckdogs are going to try to get deep in at-bats. You can flip the curveball in there for an easy strike and start off 0-1. Kinney, the DH today. Fastball swung on and missed. From Winter Haven, Florida, 6'5", 190, listed on the roster as a pitcher, a senior from Xavier University of Louisiana. So coming up north to play his summer ball. The 1-1. Swung on and missed. Another great breaking ball from Manny.
The only thing I will say about this, you got to give Swinsicki's credit. Even though he's thrown a lot of pitches, he's got a lot of zeros still up on the board, right? 2 out of the 3 innings, only gave up that 1 run. Your Deisel, you are much farther through your batting order where you're almost coming through a second time.
As that pitch is lined up the middle, Manny can't handle it, but it'll bounce to Kowalski at second. Over to DeMartin for a 1-4-3 ground out. But on the play, Espinal will advance to third.
So the point I was making right there, look at how many at-bats you guys have already seen and gone through that lineup right now. You've only got 1 run up on the board. You give this Batavia team an opportunity, and they're eventually going to put some runs up on the board. And look at it. They haven't even gone through the lineup yet, and they now have a runner in scoring position, less than 2 outs.
As that breaking ball is swung on and missed from Garrett Beaver. Extra hitter number 15, another pitcher on the roster from Waynesboro, Pennsylvania. Sophomore at Salisbury University. The 0-1. Swung on and missed, and the count moves to 0-2. The Muckdogs, a team that scored 8 runs last night against Newark, where Jack Keeler was awarded the win after 6 innings of work. The 0-2. Swung on and missed. And Beaver strikes out for the second out. 0-2. That pitch is nubbed to third base. Shortstop Seifert's going to come up on it and make the play to first. So Espinal will score and tie the game at 1-1.
See, look at that. Just takes right there, right? 1 big hit. And now it's exactly right. Deisel and the Muckdogs have done the same thing back to each other. 1 big hit. You get a runner that gets to second base, and look at what happens right there. They score.
His first pitch is swung on and missed a fastball. Levi Aguila Jr. flew out to left field in his first at-bat. Second pitch misses downstairs, and the count moves to 1-1.
I mean, Carson, take a look at that. I mean, almost mirror. You had a runner gets on first base. Right, the catcher one doesn't have it come out of his glove, and the other one it kind of bounces off the catcher, and both times the runner's on second base.
As that fastball is fouled off down the first base line, and the count moves to 1-2. Talking about last night, 6 runs in the 5th inning for the Muckdogs to beat the Newark Pilots.
Listen, there's a reason they're in first place. They could put runs up on the board, so that's why if you've been seeing as many at-bats as Deisel has, you've got to start making sure you get some runs up on the board.
Of course, as that slider is blocked for ball 2. So 2-2 with 2 away. As that fastball misses outside, and the count moves full 3-2. The 3-2 from Alemany. Swung on and fouled down the third base line into the bullpen.
never fails. Whenever we do a game period, there's going to be a ball that's going to go screeching right near our cameraman right down there. Russ Battaglia is one of the best, but I'll tell you, he is constantly getting balls that are hit right at him.
The 3-2. Ground ball up the middle. Seifert moving to his glove side. Throw to first. Not in time. As Aguila gets himself a hustle base hit. As we've been talking, a lot of these hits have kind of been out of range for these infielders.
That was a tough play right there. In fact, I'm surprised Seifert got as much on that as he could. But he really, if you think about it, he fielded that almost right behind second base, turned his body and still made the throw. You could see he's got some absolutely miles per hour on that arm and really made it a bang-bang play over at first base. But I did think he was safe over at first base. I thought that was a very good call.
Of course. As in steps the center fielder, Christian Bernardini. As that breaking ball misses outside, and the count is 1-0 to the center fielder who advanced on an error, arguably. Could have been a base knock. As that pitch misses low and the count moves to 2-0. Both teams with 4 hits in the hit column. Bernardini with a closed stance fouls the ball straight back. And the count moves to 2-1.
So they gave him a hit here.
They did.
Right? Because you can see as we got no errors up there on the board. So they gave him a hit here as you look at a lot of jump.
Throw down a second. Not in time. Not even close.
He didn't have a chance. The jump that he had on that was unbelievable. He took off while he was still in the windup right there. There was no way they were going to get him as he showed his speed and absolutely the jump. That was absolutely a jump off the pitcher right there.
Not something you often see, a catcher with speed. Aguila from Miami, Florida. Florida Memorial University. The 3-1 is another breaking ball that's going to kick away for ball 4. Aguila Jr. moves to third base, and now it's runner on the corners for the Muckdogs with 2 away here in the bottom of the third.
So this is the first inning now we've seen the opposite, right? Deisel get into a little bit of trouble here. Alemany getting a little bit of trouble. His pitch count now coming up in this inning alone because we saw how little pitches he's thrown.
Breaking ball, another fantastic jump. They're stealing on the pitcher right now. Stolen base for Bernardini, who passes the baton to Sean Ladd, the new first baseman. That breaking ball misses outside.
You can see Alemany's got a very high leg kick, right? And you can see he's slower to the plate right there, and you can see these guys are jumping on that. Take a look if you see here, right? Here's a leg. See that? 1, 2. You could see a lot of time right there for you to get that jump. Once that leg goes up, you're getting your time to get that jump and go from there.
And pitchers, being creatures of habit, not too keen of moving to the slide step. 2-1 count to the Muckdog first baseman as that pitch is swung through and evens the count at 2-2. Sean Ladd from Nashville, Tennessee, 6'3", 220. A sophomore at Dallas College Mountain View. The 2-2. Ground ball up the middle. Seifert's going to field it. It's going to take a strange hop over to DeMartin, and they'll strand 2 more runners, but not before Batavia ties it up in the bottom of the third. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors on Western New York Athletics.
Our homes have become offices, gyms, schools, and playgrounds. And at Western New York Immediate Care, we know you may need us now more than ever. Whether you've suffered a minor injury or just aren't feeling well, Western New York Immediate Care physicians are trained to diagnose and treat most non-life-threatening injuries and illnesses. With 5 convenient locations open 7 days a week, help is never far away. Life has changed, but Western New York Immediate Care is still here for you.
There's nothing better than owning the perfect house to come home to. You've earned it, and we'll make it happen. Our local real estate experts and in-house team of financial professionals make buying or selling your home simple. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
I love being home.
And in steps Alex Seifert, who got himself a couple of assists in the bottom half of the third inning. Seifert flew out to right field in his first at-bat as the umpire is making sure the bullpen door is closed down the first base line.
No, actually, somebody was sitting with a bucket out on the field, and they told him they wanted him in the dugout.
A classic baseball issue. First pitch from Swinsicki in the top of the fourth is a fastball fouled straight back. And again, looked like a pitch that Seifert wish he had back.
Yeah.
The 0-1 to the Deisel shortstop. It's another fastball outside. Something you don't often see, Seifert rocking the one ear flap helmet.
Yeah. You see that more in a lefty hitter, too.
1-1 count. Swinsicki set at the belt. Swung on and missed. Seifert got his money's worth with that swing. And the count moves to 1-2.
Swinsicki had some nice pop on that one, too.
He has.
You saw that. I wish I keep looking like I wish there was the the miles per hour pitch right there. I keep looking for it, wishing that we had it.
The 1-2 popped up down the first base line. Right field, second base, first base, closing in, but Hetherington, the right fielder, will make the play. And Seifert will fly out to right field to start off the top of the fourth. And we've been talking about the amount of runners that have been stranded from Deisel. Yesterday, Muckdog pitching and defense was able to strand 8 Newark runners on base. If all those runners score, they lose the game.
Yeah,
essentially.
That's a great point.
Mark DeLeo, third baseman, stepping in for the Buffalo Deisel now. As that pitch is in on the hands. As it seems like now Swinsicki's starting to heat up.
Yeah. Oh, you could see his fastball definitely looks good. But there's a big difference when you get that first pitch strike, right? When you get that strike, you can do things. You can go up in the zone. You can do all those things. That's when Swinsicki said, I'd like to do this. But when you go behind 2-0, that's now when you become that hitter. And what am I looking for? I'm looking for belt-high fastball, nothing else. And I'm sitting dead red on you.
The 2-0 is swung on, ground ball to second base. Bacon will field it with no problem. Over at first. And it's 2 down, 4-3 goes DeLeo. As in steps Jordan Kowalski, who grounded out into a double play, 1-6-3 second inning. And an issue for the Batavia thus far is the
Sometimes it just isn't your day. We all need a little help from time to time. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective care. And we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
With exclusive buyer insights and our 100% money-back guarantee, we're confident we'll find buyers for your home. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
Do you insure a lot of businesses?
Yes, we do.
How about restaurants?
We got a bunch.
Do you cover property damage?
Yes, we do.
How about my equipment?
Covered.
How about sewer backup?
We got it.
What if my cook gets hurt?
They're covered.
Foodborne illnesses?
Covered.
What if my party tent goes down?
Covered under property damage.
And you say this is all under one policy?
One policy.
When do I pay?
Once a month.
Just one time?
Just one.
Is there anything you don't cover?
What's your record for consecutive questions asked?
31.
Tables. We don't do tables.
Gotta love Buffalo.
For all your insurance questions, call the Wolf at 835-WOLF.
One, two. Textbook base hit for Trey Bacon. And his first hit of the contest. As Batavia gets a runner on early for Chad Falcon, the left fielder. Flew out to center field in his first at-bat. Walking up to a classic Phil Collins drum fill as all the fans participate. Manny comes set. First pitch. Texas Leaguer to left field. Widowsback will take it in, no problem. So Chad Falcon will fly out for the second time today. This time to left field. And in will step the shortstop Caleb Rodriguez, who picked up the first hit of the day for the Muckdogs. Back in the bottom of the second. One runner on, one out for Manny Alamani, who comes set at the chin. Breaking ball misses outside. Good stop for Markarian, who we've seen young, but putting together a pretty good game behind the plate thus far. The 1-0. Runner goes. Ball popped up down the first base line. DeMartin's going to give it a look over the shoulder, but no dice as he was ranging out past near the tarp onto the warning track. as it looked like there was a hit and run trying to go the other way.
I was going to say, or was it another jump that we've seen them getting on Manny right now today? We've seen it right now 3 times earlier in this game. Is it something they're seeing? That's something I'm going to take a look at right now when you want to see is what's happening right now that they're seeing that they're able to get that jump on.
And it might be one thing with the high leg kick, but also these high-level collegiate players, they know how to time up a pitcher as that ball is grounded to first base, touches first, over to second. Tag not in time as Seifert dropped the ball to Martin. Stepped on first, went to second for the force, but ultimately Seifert was unable to put the tag.
Yeah, I think Carson, it's what it is what they're reading is that kick. Once that leg comes up, that's when that's their opportunity to take off right there, and that's exactly what they're doing.
So in steps Kyle Hetherington, the right fielder, struck out in his first at-bat. Runner goes, and Markarian didn't even have a prayer with that one as another beautiful jump from Bacon.
And you can see they're all, it's a timing thing right now. So it's literally when that leg comes up, they're timing it, and that's when they're taking off.
0-1 count to the Muckdog right fielder. As that pitch misses inside, good job by Markarian to get a glove on it.
So if I'm Coach Wolf right now, you got to do a couple things, right? You either got to talk to your pitcher about changing some of that cadence up, or do you start thinking of some pitch outs in certain scenarios?
Ground ball to the first base side, and that's going to get through. And the Muckdogs will take a 2-1 lead with an RBI base knock from Kyle Hetherington. And Trey Bacon will come around to score. So Muckdogs take a 2-1 lead for Justin Espinal, who got himself a base hit and scored the first run for Batavia today.
So let's see if we see them try to take off again.
Alemany comes set, takes a look, slide steps this time, ground ball to first base. DeMartin's going to take him himself, and that'll be the inning, but not before Batavia takes a 2-1 lead. We'll be right back after a quick word from our sponsors.
Sometimes it just isn't your day. We all need a little help from time to time. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective care. And we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
With exclusive buyer insights and our 100% money-back guarantee, we're confident we'll find buyers for your home. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
Do you insure a lot of businesses?
Yes, we do.
How about restaurants?
We got a bunch.
Do you cover property damage?
Yes, we do.
How about my equipment?
Covered.
How about sewer backup?
We got it.
What if my cook gets hurt?
They're covered.
Foodborne illnesses?
Covered.
What if my party tent goes down?
Covered under property damage.
And you say this is all under one policy?
One policy.
When do I pay?
Once a month.
Just one time?
Just one.
Is there anything you don't cover?
What's your record for consecutive questions asked?
31.
Tables. We don't do tables.
Gotta love Buffalo.
For all your insurance questions, call the Wolf at 835-WOLF.
Back here between the Muckdogs and the Deisel, we've got a new arm for Batavia. Tyler Gibson's first pitch. Misses inside for a ball to Ryan Barduti, center fielder for the Deisel. The 1-0. Swung on and missed. The count moves even to 1-1. As Gibson is a local product from nearby Albion, New York. 5'11", 165 sophomore, rising sophomore to Houghton University. As that pitch misses, 2-1 count to the Deisel center fielder who flew out to the first baseman in his at-bat. Only one game thus far for Tyler. 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 walk, no strikeouts, and no runs allowed as that pitch is hit to right field. Hetherington is going to get under it for a base knock. As that one fell in front of the Batavia right fielder.
But boy, we talk about this how many games? Get that 9-10 batter on, right? 10 in this case, really we say 8-9 batter because it's usually 9 batters. But how important it is to see that 8-9 batter get on and get to the top of your order. And you're doing it now with no outs. You get the top of your order to try to get that run back right now if you're Deisel.
Jacob Victor at the top of the lineup card fouls a ball to the third base dugout, picked up by a PO. A Niagara University PO, Preston Prince. Waiting for his turn to throw in the coming weeks. 0-1 count to the leadoff hitter for the Deisel. Center fielder playing just shy of second base. Runner goes. Not in time, and Barduti gets himself a stolen base.
Another good jump. Did you see that? It was another good jump that we've seen there. It's been the same way for both teams, right? As we've seen runners get their jumps today to be able to get stolen bases.
1-1 count, runner on second. Gibson takes a look. Pitches in for a strike. Count moves to 1-2. Victor went 5-3 in his first at-bat and then later struck out in the top of the third inning, with Batavia having a 2-1 lead here in the beginning of the middle innings. The 1-2 good, breaking ball, strike 3. First strikeout looking of the day for either squad.
Boy, Victor's coming off the field twice now, right? If you remember the last time he had the strikeout, it was a turn right there into it. And that one, which, you know what I mean, you're going to go both ways right there if you're either team not liking that strike call right there, but both seem to go against Victor right here today.
His insteps, B.J. Stack, struck out in the first inning, then grounded out to the first baseman. So that first pitch fastball is in there, strike 1. Gibson just picked up his first strikeout of the day.
Just got to give Gibson credit, right? He's throwing strikes. Even with the leadoff single, he's right around the zone right now, throwing strikes, filling the zone, doing what he needs to right now as a pitcher, especially a relief pitcher.
The 0-1 breaking ball misses arm side from the right-hander. Count moves even 1-1 with one away. Gibson looks in, gets a sign from his battery mate, Aguila Jr. The 1-1 downstairs. Count moves to 2-1.
And that's a great block right there, because if you think about it, you don't block that pitch right there. You got a runner on third with less than 2 outs right there. So great opportunity and great job by that catcher to keep that runner at second base.
The pitch from Gibson. Ground ball, third base. Espinal plays it well. Throws over to Ladd. Runner does not go. And a 5-3 ground out for Stack.
That's a textbook play right there. Do you see how he looked the runner back? He made that runner stop in his tracks. He could not move. In fact, took a step back towards the base so he could make that throw and not see that runner advance to third base.
Matt Wiedesbeck steps in. 1 for 1 today with a walk, scored run, stolen base, and a single in his second at-bat in the top of the third. Breaking ball down in the dirt. Good block from Aguila Jr. Nothing doing at second base. Runner stays. Sun continues to set just shy of the left field foul pole as the lights remain off here in Dwyer Stadium. The 1-0. Downstairs. In for a strike. Count moves even at 1-1. A good fastball from the right-hander as the breeze picks up. Third base to first base, left to right on your screen. The 1-1. Slide step fouled off down the first base line. And the count goes to 1-2.
Tell you, remember when we started this game, what did I say? Probably, what did we say, a quarter full, maybe halfway full? Boy, I got to tell you, we're probably 3/4 of the way full here in a non-conference game. Just think about that. What a great atmosphere to be able to be a part of.
So that breaking ball misses outside. A venue that'll hold 2,600 at max, but we're easily seeing maybe 1,000 people. Count is at 2-2.
Easily. And not only that, people are not in the area where you can actually sit for the seats. We got people that are sitting out at tents. We got people playing games outside. You got them all over.
Swung on and miss. Down goes the left fielder for Deisel. So Tyler Gibson comes in and gets 2 strikeouts for Batavia. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Our homes have become offices, gyms, schools, and playgrounds. And at Western New York Immediate Care, we know you may need us now more than ever. Whether you've suffered a minor injury or just aren't feeling well, Western New York Immediate Care physicians are trained to diagnose and treat most non-life-threatening injuries and illnesses. With 5 convenient locations open 7 days a week, help is never far away. Life has changed, but Western New York Immediate Care is still here for you.
There's nothing better than owning the perfect house to come home to. You've earned it, and we'll make it happen. Our local real estate experts and in-house team of financial professionals make buying or selling your home simple. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
Back here in Dwyer Stadium with a pinch hitter, Isdro Jimenez representing Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. 6'0", 6 foot, 180 junior from Stillman College. As that pitch is outside, count moves to 1-1.
So the first base coach has got some sort of thing around his neck, right? And the dog's out there coaching with him.
As that breaking ball misses outside. We've seen, especially in all sports, baseball, football, basketball, the chains are now a big thing.
Oh, absolutely, especially after the game or after a home run's hit or something happens and they're wearing it on the bench.
As that pitch misses, 3-1 count to Jimenez. Listed on the roster as a pitcher, we've seen 3 or 4 guys who, on paper, could look like POs, but out here are holding their own with the bat. The 3-1 to Jimenez is a breaking ball, ball 4. So Jimenez will work a walk to lead off the bottom of the
think about it, though, Carson. We both played high school baseball, right? Now, how many times did you see out there when you played that somebody who pitched was usually one of your better hitters on the team, usually one of your better players on the team? You don't see a lot of POs out there, right, at the high school level. So chances are you've actually been out there and you were probably one of the top hitters coming out. The problem was you're just that much of a better pitcher, and that's the reason why you're not hitting.
That's usually what happens if we have another back-to-back pinch hitters, as in steps Michael Pedraza from Palm Beach, Florida, 5'10", 190, rising senior at Kentucky State University. Jimenez leading off of first. As that pitch is downstairs. Count moves quickly to 2-0.
And let's talk about Manny's made an adjustment. He definitely doesn't have that high leg kick right now. He's making the short slide step. And there goes the high leg kick, and boom, look at the
Runner
difference.
goes, throw down to second. Jimenez showing off the wheels. In with a stolen base.
They're all reading right now the leg kick, right? Anytime he's stayed with the short right slide step, they haven't gone. The minute he kicks that leg up, they've all stolen the base.
The 2-1 from Manny lined up the middle. It's going to be a base hit. Runner rounding second. Here comes Jimenez. No play at the plate. And Batavia takes a 3-1 lead as Jimenez does a salt base celebration. So a pinch hit, RBI single for Pedraza. As in steps Levi Aguila Jr. 1 for 2 today. Flew out to left field and then later singled and stole a base. Now looking at a 1-0 count. Aguila Jr., hands held high. Runner goes, late jump, throw down, just off line. And Kowalski was unable to get the tag down.
Almost a great play by him, though. You could see the throw was on the shortstop side of second, and he almost goes there and gets the tag down. Still, it was a bang-bang play over at second base, though.
2-0 count to the Batavia backstop. Pitch misses downstairs, and the count moves to 3-0, as now we're starting to see Manny struggle with command a little bit later on in his start.
Boy, he's really got his hands high. They're up over his head right now as a starting point.
3-0, grounded up the middle. Kowalski's going to field it. He's going to have trouble with it. He's going to go through his legs, run around third, and Pedraza will score. And the Muckdogs will take a 4-1 lead.
And do it from two players that come off the bench right there, if you think about it, right? The two players that score were both players that just came in and pitched hit for the Muckdogs. And now you're starting to see Diesel's bullpen warm up right now. So we see some guys going out there to warm up. And we are going to see Coach come out right now for a call over there to his pitcher.
And as the Deisel will go to the bullpen, we'll take a break and be right back on Western New York Athletics.
Our homes have become offices, gyms, schools, and playgrounds. And at Western New York Immediate Care, we know you may need us now more than ever. Whether you've suffered a minor injury or just aren't feeling well, Western New York Immediate Care physicians are trained to diagnose and treat most non-life-threatening injuries and illnesses. With 5 convenient locations open 7 days a week, help is never far away. Life has changed, but Western New York Immediate Care is still here for you.
Back here, Manny Elemeni still on the mound. Runner goes. Nothing doing for Markarian as Batavia stays aggressive with another stolen base. As in steps Christian Bernardini. Well known to him, catches the outer half of the plate for strike one.
I was going to say, I don't know if everybody heard, but at the end of this inning, all these kids that are here get a chance to run out along the field and just start running around the bases.
Something you don't often see. I know at Salem Field, the kids run the bases on Sundays, as that pitch is lined to right field, and the runner's going to be waved around third. Throw to the cutoff is missed. Bernardini's going to move up to second, and 3 straight runs for the Muckdogs.
I think Diesel's got to think about going to that bullpen right now. They're going to have to see if there's somebody ready at the bullpen.
I agree, as Manny looked really good for the first 3, only allowing 1 run, but here 3 runs themselves.
And a lot of it has been, too, on the base pass, right? With the stolen bases, really just putting themselves into positions, right, where they can easily now take away the threat of a force. And now what you're doing is causing to have to throw strikes right there, and then you're seeing the Muckdogs players really capitalizing on it.
Of course. You're making a good point, but I was distracted by a Kurt Gibson jersey down the third base line. As that ball lands down the right field line, Ladd's going to round first, and he's rounding second, going to third, as the Deisel get the ball in, and it's going to be a stand-up RBI triple for Ladd. Batavia takes a 5-1 lead over the Buffalo Deisel. As in comes Coach Wolf, most likely going to the bullpen.
Well, second time in inning, so he's going to have to, I think, go to the bullpen right now.
While the Deisel go to the bullpen, we'll be right back after a quick word from our sponsors.
Life can be full of surprises, but not always the good kind. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective care, and we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
With exclusive buyer insights and our 100% money-back guarantee, we're confident we'll find buyers for your home. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
Back here with a new Deisel arm, Zach Lighton. The right-hander kicks and deals. Fly ball to left field. Wiedesbach getting under it. Runner tagging. Runner goes. Throw home is going to be up the line, and another run scores with an RBI sac fly from Trey Bacon.
We also think there's a new center fielder that just went out, too. We think it's Noah Port that just went out to center field. Another Will North product right there. But if you remember, Team Deb used to be part of the AAABA. Team Deb was run by who? Will North's head coach, right? Max Zimmerman. And you've seen a couple of the Will North players now playing for the Deisel team.
Sure, as the first pitch to Chad Falcon is a breaking ball downstairs. Missing 1-0. Falcon 0 for 2 today. 2 flyouts, center and left respectively. That ball is down. Count moves to 2-0. As the sun starts to set below the trees in left field, the lights are on but have yet to take hold.
We're able to go back to our second camera so we can show that pitcher catcher.
So that ball is downstairs and the count moves to 3-0 to the left fielder. Seeing a lot, especially with a non-league game, a lot of pinch hits, a lot of substitutions. So that fastball is in for strike one. Count moves to 3-1. (7-1) score in favor of the Muckdogs. The 3-1. As a fastball outside, and Chad Falcon will work a walk. His first time on base today. And in will step Caleb Rodriguez. The shortstop is 1 for 2 today with a single and a ground out to the first baseman. But it looks like the mascot's on deck looking for a base and at bat. Lighton misses downstairs. Count is 1-0. A 5 spot with only 1 away here in the bottom of the 5th from the Muckdogs. One-way lead from the runner on first. Pitch is fouled into the catcher's glove. Arcarian able to hold on.
See, he wanted that one, though, right?
Oh,
he
yeah.
came out of his shoes on that one, went right down the first baseline. He wanted to actually get a hold of that one.
1-1. Kicks away from Arcarian. Falcon's going to advance to second via the wild pitch. So now runner on second, 1 away for Batavia here in the bottom of the 5th, where it seems like they were almost smelling blood in the water for the last 2 innings, and now they finally broke it open.
So you told us earlier today, last night, how many runs did they put up in their inning?
6, I'm sorry.
Right, so they put up 5 right here out of the 7, done the same exact thing tonight, and do it in the 5th inning. And still not done.
So that fastball misses upstairs, and the count moves to 3-1 to the Batavia shortstop. Nothing doing in either bullpen, as Batavia had just given the ball to Tyler Gibson, who's now been sitting for a while. As that pitch is flown out to right field, Victor is going to give it a look. He's going to camp under it. Runner tags, goes to third. Throw to third is cut off. So Caleb Rodriguez flies out to right field, and Chad Falcon advances another 90 feet.
It looked like the way Victor was going to wind up, he was going to let it go there, and then decided, you know what, I'm just going to hit that cutoff man. As we know, that's a Division I arm out there, so we know he can let loose when he wants to.
As in steps Kyle Hetherington. One for 2 today with a single. As that pitch is upstairs. Falcon on third. Defense playing straight away to the left-handed hitting Hetherington. The 1-0. Swung on and fouled off. Zach Lighton able to come in and get the first 2 outs of this bottom of the 5th. Lighton gets his sign, comes set down to the belt. The 1-1. Missing inside, and the count moves to 2-1. Another breaking ball from the Deisel right-hander. So a 2-1 count to the Batavia right fielder. Swung on, fouled, straight back. Off the netting.
The only thing I want to know is, we saw the mascot warming up. He didn't come in.
He's down in the dugout now. I think Coach told him to take it easy there. I've been in some mascot suits, and they're not even easy to walk in.
Oh, man. And I can just imagine how warm it was earlier, you know?
Oh, yeah. As that pitch misses inside, and the count moves to 3-2, let alone trying to hit an 80-mile-an-hour fastball.
And earlier we saw 90 when we saw Spinsicki out here, right?
Yeah. Not an easy task. The 3-2. Fly ball. Shallow right field. Second baseman Kowalski's going to give it a look and get under it. So 5 runs for the Muckdogs. And the bottom of the 5th. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors on Western New York Athletics.
Our homes have become offices, gyms, schools, and playgrounds. And at Western New York Immediate Care, we know you may need us now more than ever. Whether you've suffered a minor injury or just aren't feeling well, Western New York Immediate Care physicians are trained to diagnose and treat most non-life-threatening injuries and illnesses. With 5 convenient locations open 7 days a week, help is never far away. Life has changed, but Western New York Immediate Care is still here for you.
I love being home.
There's nothing better than owning the perfect house to come home to. You've earned it, and we'll make it happen. Our local real estate experts and in-house team of financial professionals make buying or selling your home simple. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
I love being home.
Back here from Batavia, New York, 7-1 score in favor of the Muckdogs. As in steps Nick Jasinski. And he looks at a first pitch ball from Tyler Gibson, who picked up 2 strikeouts in a 1-2-3 inning in the top of the 5th. As that pitch misses, and the count moves to 2-0.
You know, we were wondering, too, how he was going to come out, because that was a long inning that he sat there for, and now he's got to come in and try to throw strikes.
As that pitch misses inside, count moves to 3-0. A tight arm slot from the Albion product.
You can see you warmed up, right? You came right into the game. You did a great first inning that you came in here, and then you just sat. That's a tough to do.
It has 4 straight balls to the Deisel designated hitter. And he'll pass the baton to Neil DeMartin. First baseman 0 for 1 today, hit by a pitch in his first at-bat, then grounded out to the second baseman in his second at-bat. Sun now underneath the trees. Lights starting to play a larger role in the lighting. That pitch misses outside. Ball one.
5 straight balls since he's come in right here, right? So you know, what are you going to do? You're going to sit right at the belt. I'm looking for a fastball, and I want to drive something because he's got to throw a strike right here.
The 1-0. Again, missing. And as you said, it's tough to get hot. Then sit for, 20, 25 minutes?
That was a long, look at, they put a 5 spot up there. And there were still runners out on the base paths.
Insurance runs are a pitcher's friend, but long innings like that can be tough. As that pitcher's in there for his first strike of the top of the 6th. And a 2-1 count to the Deisel first baseman. The 2-1. Downstairs, and the count moves to 3-1. What do you think DeMartin's sitting here?
No, dead red fastball, right at the belt. It's what I keep saying is you're looking for something that is no longer than a little hole right there, right? As the size of a quarter is what you're looking at right there.
The 3-1. Swung on, line drive down the first base line, off the glove of the first baseman. Runner going around third. He's chugging. He'll be safe. So a hustle double for Neil DeMartin. Off the glove of the first baseman. So in steps Alex Seifert, 0 for 2 with 2 flyouts, both to right field. Runners on second and third. Jasinski on third. DeMartin on second. As that pitch is a long first strike over the wall. Had the distance, but about 20 feet foul. And an 0-1 count to the Deisel shortstop. The 0-1 breaking ball, fly ball to center field, shallow. Runner on third is going to tag. Jasinski chugging home, throw to home is not going to be in time, so Deisel answers the 5 spot with a run of their own and a sac fly from Alex Seifert.
Found out the first baseman is Bryce Mortololo is what it is. Oh, right there. Look up top.
Oh, there he is. A catcher from Lakeland, Florida, got lost in the roster. Coming in to play first base, the third first baseman of the day. Ground ball to second base, fielded well by Bacon. Throw over to our friend Martillero for the second out of the inning. 4-3, down goes DeLeo. And in steps the second baseman, Jordan Kowalski. Grounded out into a double play, then walked in his second at-bat. Bryce is from Lakeland, Florida. 6 foot, 207 pounds, a sophomore from Georgia Southwestern State. First pitch to Kowalski. Misses upstairs, count moves to 1-0. Deisel able to get a run back to make the score 7-2. The 1-0. Fouled off down the third base line. As we're seeing a little action in the Batavia bullpen. Gibson in his second inning of work. An inning and 2/3 thus far. Got to imagine he's going to finish out this top of the 6th. The 1-1. Good breaking ball up the middle. Fielded by Rodriguez and a beautiful spinning throw for the out. What a play! What a play from Rodriguez.
That was a great play, but I thought he was safe. I did. I thought it was a bang-bang play, but I did think he was safe.
And Deisel would agree with you, but they're not going to talk about it. So 1 runner left on after 1 run scores. We'll be right back after a quick word from our sponsors.
Our homes have become offices, gyms, schools, and playgrounds. And at Western New York Immediate Care, we know you may need us now more than ever. Whether you've suffered a minor injury or just aren't feeling well, Western New York Immediate Care physicians are trained to diagnose and treat most non-life-threatening injuries and illnesses. With 5 convenient locations open 7 days a week, help is never far away. Life has changed, but Western New York Immediate Care is still here for you.
I love being home.
There's nothing better than owning the perfect house to come home to. You've earned it, and we'll make it happen. Our local real estate experts and in-house team of financial professionals make buying or selling your home simple. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
I love being home.
Back from Dwyer Stadium, Justin Espinal in the left-handed batter's box as that pitch is lined to the right center gap, and it's going to fall for a base hit, a leadoff knock for the Batavia third baseman here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
That came off the bat. It looked like it was going to be a deep one into the gap right there. I thought that was going to be extra bases, and you saw it just drop right there all of a sudden.
Kind of died on Espinal. As it looks like Espinal's going to lead off at first. As that pitch is fouled off, count moves to 0-1. As we see Tyler Gibson get himself an at-bat. Gibson in the right-handed batter's box. Espinal leading off of first. The 0-1 downstairs. Missing 1-0. Dwyer Stadium. And the Batavia Muckdogs, a former single-A affiliate of the Miami Marlins. But coming into the Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League in the last few years. As that pitch is screamed down the left field line. And then it'll bounce off the wall. Espinal is going to be waved around home. There's going to be a play at the plate. Espinal sliding, and the tag is in time, but the ball pops out of Markarian's glove, and Espinal is going to score. An RBI double for the pitcher, Tyler Gibson. Have yourself a day.
And that is probably the hardest ball we've seen hit today, if you think about it, right? Comes from the pitcher, Gibson. How about that? He gets a chance. Maybe that'll get him to stay in the game a little bit longer on the mound, right? But I thought you got to give the relay credit, though, to Deisel. The throw was right there. Unfortunately, it just gets knocked out of the glove right there. But I thought that was a very good relay right there to make sure you try to get that out and not get that run scored.
The relay was in time, but the slide knocked the ball out as the first pitch misses upstairs to Eric Swinsicki, our starting pitcher. Makes another appearance here in this ball game. Left-handed hitter, right-handed thrower from Lancaster, New York, a St. Joe's alumnus. As that pitch is in there for strike one. 1-1 count. As we've had a lot of action here in the bottom of the 6th. The pitch from Lighton is in there for a strike 2, and the count moves to 1-2. Eric with good pull side power. The 1-2. Ground ball up the middle. Sounds like firewood. Seifert's going to come on and make a fantastic glove side play and a great catch over at first base from DeMartin. Gibson's going to advance to third on the 6-3 ground out from Swinsicki. Handing the baton to Levi Aguilar Jr. who advanced on an error in his last at-bat. Hands held high, a la Mike Trout, as that ball is downstairs for ball 1. Aguila Jr. putting together a fantastic game behind the plate for the Muckdogs. Also scoring a run and having a stolen base as that ball is going to get him. So an HBP for someone who doesn't need to take any more of a beating, being the Batavia catcher, as in steps Christian Bernardini. Scored after he hit a single in his last at-bat. Also has a stolen base today. 2 base knocks on the leisure thus far. Runners on the corners with 1 away for the Muckdogs. As that first pitch is inside for ball 1. 8-3 lead for the Muckdogs. 8-2 lead, I'm sorry. That's an old school scoreboard with the light bulbs. Runner goes to second. No throw. Aguila will advance via the defensive indifference.
It was the high leg kick. It really, I mean, you could see that's the thing that you can give this Muckdogs team a lot of credit, because they have read that leg kick for either pitcher today and taken off every time.
Ground ball through the hole, and another run will score for the Muckdogs. As you said, now taking out the traditional double play, the infield has to come in, and that would have been a ground out, essentially. It is now an RBI single.
Yeah, we've seen shortstop here make a fantastic job today, right? He really has done everything he's needed to, Seifert, for the Deisel. And if he's playing back, I think there's a great chance he makes that play. And you can see right now, if not, DeLeo is playing in on the grass right there and having to lay out to even try to make that play.
Seifert's been putting on a defensive clinic at shortstop. As in steps Bryce Mortellaro.
So here we go. We've seen Lighton go back to the high leg kick right here. Now let's see, do they take off right here when they see the high leg kick?
Definitely the name of the game today has been aggressive base running from the Muckdogs as the runner goes. Swung on, fly ball to left field. Runner on third tags. Waytak gets under it. Throw home is going to be up the line, and Aguila Jr. will score. And another run added for the Muckdogs. And it's now 9-2 in favor of Batavia. As in steps Trey Bacon, the second baseman. 1 for 2 today, scoring a run and having a sac fly RBI last inning. First pitch to him. Fly ball near the dugout, and Markarian was sliding but unable to make the catch, as DeMartin was also in on the play.
That's BJ Stack right now that's in the game over at first base.
BJ Stack.
And again, folks, we're trying to keep up on all these changes. Some of the defensive changes, they're just making them to get in this game. So we're doing the best we can to keep up with all of them. But that is one that we can see recognized. BJ is now over at first base. And it looks like the Deisel bullpen is warming up over there also.
Lighton comes set. Looks at the runner. Runner goes. Swung on and missed. Throw down, not in time. And another stolen base for Bernardini.
You could ultimately say that could be the difference in this game.
100%.
Right? I mean, that really, I think, was what got that big inning started. I really believe once they figured out and they were seeing where they could take advantage of it on the base pass, that's been the biggest difference of the game.
From early and often, these Batavia runners have been 88 and out the gate as that breaking ball is upstairs to the Batavia second baseman. 10-2 lead for Batavia. Another breaking ball is going to end up at the backstop, and Bernardini is going to move up 90 feet to third base. As it seems like now the Deisel are kind of seeing what they can get out of their first man out of the bullpen.
Right now at this point, Diesel's trying to figure something out, right? How do we get out of this? How do we get some stops right now? And then how can we just start chipping away at this a little bit at a time? Remember, there's no 9-run play or 8-run play out there right now. It has to be just the way the Muckdogs did it, one base at a time.
Of course. Good base running. And the count moves full to Bacon. Lighton comes set at the belt, kicks and deals. Swung on, fly ball to center field. Port's going to have to come in, but Seifert's going to call him off, and that'll be the inning. Another 3 runs for the Muckdogs here at the bottom of the 6th. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsor.
Our homes have become offices, gyms, schools, and playgrounds. And at Western New York Immediate Care, we know you may need us now more than ever. Whether you've suffered a minor injury or just aren't feeling well, Western New York Immediate Care physicians are trained to diagnose and treat most non-life-threatening injuries and illnesses. With 5 convenient locations open 7 days a week, help is never far away. Life has changed, but Western New York Immediate Care is still here for you.
There's nothing better than owning the perfect house to come home to. You've earned it, and we'll make it happen. Our local real estate experts and in-house team of financial professionals make buying or selling your home simple. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
Back here at Dwyer Stadium, Batavia, New York. The Deisel took the quick 40-minute trip down the 90 from Buffalo here to Batavia. As in steps Nate Markarian, 0 for 1 today with a walk and a ground out to third base.
And, folks, if you just heard that screaming out there, what they were doing was giving away some T-shirts, and, boy, the kids went nuts over that one out there.
As Markarian grounds out to second base, a really good play from Bacon. Textbook keeping the hands down on a tough hop. As in steps Ryan Barduti, 1 for 2 today. Flew out to the first baseman and singled in his second at-bat, then stole a base.
This is where we were talking about the bottom of the order earlier. Remember when he was trying to start something up, when the bottom of the order got up and got on base, when you were saying now you're going to turn the lineup here.
Kyle Gibson throws another strike, still dealing for the Muckdogs. So I guess, Tom, you were right. The big double.
Listen, you can do great things doing some things with that bat, and he comes up big. And what I thought was the hardest hit of the day so far comes from your relief pitcher right here.
Of course, as that pitch misses low. And I know, since I could start walking, all Dennis Harper says, if you hit, you stay in the lineup.
And that's exactly what it is. Or never mind stay in the lineup. You hit, we'll find a place for you to play somewhere out in the field.
Of course. As that ball is roped down the first base line, but just foul.
And listen, I don't care whether you're a high school coach, a college coach, a travel coach, a diesel coach, right? If you hit, they'll always find places for you.
Of course. A 1-2 count. Breaking ball misses upstairs, and the count moves even at 2-2.
And it is funny. You're finding more and more, especially as you're going higher up in leagues in baseball, you're seeing the batting average start to go down, 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 right? So that now becomes even more important for that player that really can hit and find that and get those averages up where they need to be.
As that breaking ball catches the outside part of the zone for strike 3. And he'll pick up another strikeout as we have added a player onto the lineup. Noah Port, now playing center field for the Deisel. And a fun fact, Noah's mother, Tina, was my English teacher in middle school for 2 years.
That's awesome. Now that's a good fact right there. I like that one.
She also had Dalton, so shout out to the Maryvale English staff. The first pitch to Port is downstairs, ball 1.
And Noah's saying, thank God Mom was in Maryvale instead of where we are in Will North, right? Every kid will say that. You know that.
Oh, yeah.
They love their parents, but they don't want them to be their teachers, right?
Of course. 1-0 to Port from Gibson. Takes a breath, now kicks and deals. Fastball in there for a strike. And to go back to your point of the batting averages, we've seen pitchers think about so much of the spin rate and how much they're spinning the ball. And that just makes it harder to hit. And that's why the high batting average guys are hard to find now.
It is. Like, how many times did we talk about, right? You could say 5 years ago even, right? Or 10 years ago. The Mendoza line, right? That 200 batting average. Like, you went anywhere near that and forget about it. You should be out there on the field. Now, you could see every team has got guys that are hitting that out there in the field.
As Noah Port gets a tail-out single to right field, so he enters the game and gets himself into the hit column, and he'll flip the lineup to Jacob Victor. 0 for 3 today with 2 strikeouts.
Noah Port saying, hey, coach, look, at 1 for 1. You got to give me some more time out here, right?
Sure. Especially with the center fielder at first base. Could be thinking of him going. Gibson gets a sign, checks over at first. Kicks and deals. Downstairs, good block from Aguila Jr.
That may be the biggest surprise I've seen today by the pitchers. How high that leg kick has been today, right? And it's not been one, right? It's been multiple guys, and it's where we've seen all these stolen bases for both teams today.
Yeah. The 1-0 looked like it crossed up Aguila, and the count is now 2-0. And it's not a big Nolan Ryan kick. It's more of a slow delivery to the plate. The 2-0, Port goes. Swung on left field. Left fielder Falcon going back. He's having trouble. He'll make the catch somehow over his shoulder. What a catch from Chad Falcon.
And he's going nuts. He's jumping all over the place. He's going nuts there.
So Deisel strands another runner, and we'll be right back here on Western New York Athletics.
There's nothing better than owning the perfect house to come home to. You've earned it, and we'll make it happen. Our local real estate experts and in-house team of financial professionals make buying or selling your home simple. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
I love being home.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
I love being home.
If you've been injured in an auto accident, large or small, call 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab right away. If you are in pain or just sore, don't take chances. Call RES today and take advantage of their 24 to 48-hour appointment pledge. With no copays, RES will help navigate the confusing world of no-fault insurance with you, so you can concentrate on getting better. 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab. The most important call you can make after an auto accident.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
Call 835-WOLF. Remember, you call on the Wolf. That's all you had to say. Call today.
Back here in Batavia, New York, we've got a new arm for the Deisel. It's Connor Ryan. The right-hander stands at 6 foot, 180 pounds from Mercyhurst University now. And he'll face a pinch hitter, Dylan Kinney, brother of Ryan from Winter Haven, Florida. Also goes to Xavier University of Louisiana. First pitch is in there for a strike from Ryan. Connor Ryan through the windup as that pitch has fouled off the roof. Dylan Kinney, like his brother, listed as a pitcher. But here getting an at-bat, as that's usually the fun part of collegiate summer leagues, is the POs getting at-bats. As that pitch is just barely fouled off the knob of the bat.
Well, especially in games like this, right? Because this is obviously a non-league game, doesn't mean anything. But this is where you want to give your guys a chance to say that aren't normally going to get time out there. Hey, get yourself an at-bat. Let's have some fun. Let's get the guys that are playing root for you a little bit.
As that pitch is fouled off, Kinney out on his front side. No batting gloves with a pink bat tape as the kids are scrambling for the foul ball, and one lucky fan comes up with a souvenir.
Talk about it. Mark DeLeo, another kid we talked about, welcomed his first child last month.
Wow.
It's the third player on the Deisel that we've saw that for.
That breaking ball misses downstairs, and the count moves to 1-2.
So for those of you who don't know, Deisel will leave Tuesday, August 1st for Battle Creek, Michigan, playing the host team at C.O. Brown Stadium on Wednesday, August 2nd, as they try to defend their national championship from 2022.
Kinney takes a tail-out swing and pops up to Port in center field for the first out here in the bottom of the seventh. We have another pinch hitter, Ben Weber from Rockaway, New Jersey, 6'6", 210 junior from Salve Regina University.
To finish off that, Deisel will try to make it their fourth national championship to go along with victories in 2015 and 2017. Deisel also finished as a national runner-up in 2021 and 2016.
It's a big breaking ball from Ryan. Misses from 1-1 to a very tall customer in the right-handed batter's box, Ben Weber. The 1-1 from Ryan. Swung on and fouled back. And I know we've seen some pitchers in the starting lineup today, and some have held their own in the batter's box, but I think you kind of know when you see a PO take a swing that it's been a while.
Some cases more often than others, right? You can see. Obviously, though, look at the swing we saw, though,
from Gibson.
I mean, he had what I thought was the hardest one of the day that went out to the wall.
No doubt. No doubt. Tyler Gibson having himself a day today. 2-2 count. Fastball is fouled off down the first base line. Now, Tom, with Connor Ryan throwing, do you think you could at least work a walk?
Me?
Yeah. Going into the box.
I haven't seen him throw enough yet. But, I mean, we're at a game right now where I'd be surprised. I mean, he's throwing strikes out
Connor
there. You know
Ryan
what I mean?
strikes out.
He didn't like that call, but listen, that was a strike right there, you know? And, again, listen, when you're in a 10-2 game, right, guess what? The zone sometimes opens up a little bit more on top of that.
Most definitely. As in steps Kyle Hetherington, the right fielder, 1 for 3 today with an RBI single back in the fourth. That was, at the time, the go-ahead run for the Muckdogs. But, yeah, speaking of guys that haven't swung in a while, do you think you could go out there and put together a good at-bat?
I would really need to go out and swing it again, right? I mean, I honestly haven't swung it in a while, right? And I can't even throw batting practice anymore. My arm is so done. I can't tell you how many balls I've thrown just in batting practice alone.
As the count is 1-0 to the Muckdog right fielder. As that pitch is a check swing, foul ball down the third base line. A beautiful play from Coach Martinez.
Carson, my last team that I threw for, right, was Luke. For those of you who know Luke, my son, who's now 18, was when he was 16 years old, right? And I'm going to tell you, they all yell at me at the very end because I couldn't even throw strikes anymore. My arm is so dead, right? It's been through so many batting practices. I can't tell you how many balls. Like, you think about it. You got sometimes I got 13, 14 guys on a roster, and they all hit. And you throw a minimum, right, 10 pitches to these guys, it's 130 just there alone. And I'm throwing usually more than 10.
Easily. As the count moves to 3-1. With 2 away. As that fastball is fouled back. I know the last time I threw live was live BP to Dalton. And, I mean, he was taking me yard left, right, center. He was having a good time. I was not. The competitor in me didn't like that.
Well, listen, you were just throwing batting practice, right? It wasn't
sure,
really.
That's what we'll say. As that pitch runs in and gets Hetherington. He's hit by a pitch. As in steps Justin Espinal. The third baseman's been all over the bags today. 2 singles, scoring 2 runs while he's at it. 2 away with a runner on first. That runner is Hetherington, who now takes his lead. Espinal's had quite a day over at third base as that fastball from Ryan is outside. Ball 1. As now the sun has set and the lights have taken over Dwyer Stadium. A good changeup, I'll say, with the arm side movement there from Connor Ryan. Started on the inner part of the plate. It moved all the way into the middle part of the plate. The 1-1. Breaking ball jumped on, and a beautiful catch from Kowalski ranging back. And that'll be it for the Muckdogs in the bottom of the 7th. We'll move on to the 8th after a quick word from our sponsors.
Sometimes it just isn't your day. We all need a little help from time to time. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective care. And we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
With exclusive buyer insights and our 100% money-back guarantee, we're confident we'll find buyers for your home. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
Do you insure a lot of businesses?
Yes, we do.
How about restaurants?
We got a bunch.
Do you cover property damage?
Yes, we do.
How about my equipment?
Covered.
How about sewer backup?
We got it.
What if my cook gets hurt?
You're covered.
Foodborne illnesses?
Covered.
What if my party tent goes down?
Covered under property damage.
And you say this is all under one policy?
One policy.
When do I pay?
Once a month.
Just one time?
Just one.
Is there anything you don't cover?
What's your record for consecutive questions asked?
31.
Tables. We don't do tables.
Gotta love Buffalo.
For all your insurance questions, call the Wolf at 835-WOLF.
Back in a 10-2 ball game in favor of the Batavia Muckdogs, and another, we'll say, a treat of a non-league game is position players pitching. It's Matt DiStefano from Westbury, New York, 6 foot, 190 right-hander, a junior at Stony Brook. And in the last 2 days, DiStefano is showing he can do it all. Yesterday, led the Muckdog offense with 3 hits while scoring a run in the 8-1 win over Newark.
You know, our leadoff batter who just made the last out last inning is Jacob Victor. We've talked a little bit about him. I want to give him some credit. He's a newly appointed Buffalo police officer and is going to be married after this season. So I want to give some special shout out right there to Jacob Victor.
That pitch is swung on and missed. And obviously, Deisel is known for being good at baseball, but obviously a lot of good things happening on the human side as well.
It really is, and we've really seen. I mean, as you get older, that's what starts to happen, right? It's my baseball career is over. I get to enjoy it, right, a couple days a week with the Deisel, but now I'm getting on with the rest of my life is what I'm starting to do, and that's what you're seeing from these players right here.
His account moves full to BJ Stack. The now first baseman fouls off another pitch.
And he's a great example, right? Jacob Victor was a top high school player here, was a top, went out, played with Canisius, did some great things for Canisius, and now it's either what? You either go play pro ball, or what happens next? You're doing exactly what we see here.
Correct. As that line drive was just off the shortstop's glove, it looks like Ben Weber playing shortstop. I mean, there's not too many guys out here that are 6'6". So now he's turned around and we can see the 19. But if you hit a ball over somebody that's 6'6", that's got to be a base hit. So B.J. Stacks picks up himself a base hit. And Matt Weisbach will step in and look at ball 1 from DiStefano.
Remember, Weisbach started off this game with 2 hits, if you remember.
Yes.
Right? Back-to-back hits, and that's how they got their first run-up on the board was because of him.
And he's going to eat that breaking ball for an HBP. Runners on first and second for the Deisel here in the top of the 8th. As we see a Muckdog jogging down to the bullpen.
You got to watch it. You don't want to, you know what I mean? At the same time as you don't want to go, crazy about it, but at the same time is you also don't want this big rally to all of a sudden happen, and you got no outs right here. This is where you as a coach, and you can see they're going to get hot out in the bullpen right now, where you've got to make sure you don't get this out of control.
As that pitch misses upstairs, ball 1 to Nick Jasinski. 2 for 2 today. 2 singles as that ball is fouled off and will reach the third base dugout. Jasinski, we saw show off the wheels going from first to third and then scoring on a sacrifice fly. 1-1 count from DiStefano. Line drive up the middle, and it's going to get down for a base hit. They're going to hold the runner at third. Throw to third is not in time, so now the bases are full of Deisel.
Boy, he's hit that same spot almost. That's about the third time today he's hit that spot. Really, you could see you leave anything over the plate, and he's going to get a hold of it and crush it. And the only reason B.J. Stack did, it looked like they made a play over at third base, he had to take a step back because they could have got doubled off right there and totally killed this inning if that happened. So he had to make sure that ball got through.
As that pitch is in there for a strike. Also, almost had to get out of the way as that ball was screaming at his ear hole. 0-1 from DiStefano. downstairs, and that's going to get through the legs of Aguila Jr. And Stack's going to score. Runners move up to third and second, respectively.
So remember we talked about that big inning, right? 10-3 here. You can score these two. We're talking about a 10-5 ball game, right? And then anything can happen right there. So you got to be careful right now if you're the Muckdogs, because you don't want to see these two score and something happen.
The 1-1 popped up down the first base line. First baseman's going to take a look, but ultimately no dice. And the count moves to 1-2 to Neil DeMartin. Started off at first base today, looks at a breaking ball downstairs. As we've still got a healthy crowd.
Yeah.
I know.
I mean, we've seen a couple of, like I've seen some of the older, people leave. But I got to be honest with you, I've been very impressed with what I've seen all day.
As the left fielder slips and the ball gets by him, a run's going to score. And the ball gets past the third baseman. And Deisel picks up another run. It looked like it was Dylan Kenny who slipped on the play.
And he's mad now, too, you can see. He's torqued out himself, but you know what happens too, right? And especially when you've seen a heat day like this, sometimes as the temperature starts to drop, a little bit of dew out there seems to happen, and that could happen, especially just if you catch the grass the right way or in the middle of a step type thing.
Yeah, and not only getting the out, but he wanted the chance to throw out a tagging runner at third base as the ball in the dirt gets away from Aguila Jr. And DeMartin will advance to second base.
So, Carson, now that 10-5 opportunity turns into a 10-6 opportunity getting these two in right here.
The pitch from DeStefano swung on. Major league pop-up by the third baseline. Espinal's going to give it a look, but that's going to end up as a souvenir. As Seaford got under it. Fastball intercut. 1-1 from DeStefano. Breaking ball inside. Doesn't catch the zone. And a 2-1 count to the Deisel shortstop. Breaking ball jumped on by Seifert. And another run will score. And the Deisel have now cut the lead in half, and it's 10-5.
He's already making the call to the bullpen. And I agree. I don't think you wait anymore, right? You really can't.
So a quick day for Matt DeStefano. Had himself a day last night with the bat, but unable to do it with the arm today. With a new arm coming in, we'll be right back to tell him all about it on Western New York Athletics.
Life can be full of surprises, but not always the good kind. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective care, and we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
With exclusive buyer insights and our 100% money-back guarantee, we're confident we'll find buyers for your home. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
Sometimes it just isn't your day. We all need a little help from time to time. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective care, and we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
With exclusive buyer insights and our 100% money-back guarantee, we're confident we'll find buyers for your home. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
Do you insure a lot of businesses?
Yes, we do.
How about restaurants?
We got a bunch.
Do you cover property damage?
Yes, we do.
How about my equipment?
Covered.
How about sewer backup?
We got it.
What if my cook gets hurt?
They're covered.
Foodborne illnesses?
Covered.
What if my party tent goes down?
Covered under property damage.
And you say this is all under one policy?
One policy.
When do I pay?
Once a month.
Just one time?
Just one.
Is there anything you don't cover?
What's your record for consecutive questions asked?
31.
Tables. We don't do tables.
Gotta love Buffalo.
For all your insurance questions, call the Wolf at 835-WOLF.
Field today from New Jersey, 6'1", 180 freshman at St. John's University. Runners on the corners for the Deisel. Seifert on first, DeMartin at third. Throw over to first, nothing doing. Seifert gets back in plenty of time. Mark DeLeo, third baseman now in, grounded out to second base twice in his last two at-bats. Bernardini comes set, swung on and missed a big old swing from the Deisel third baseman.
This is an interesting at-bat, right? Can the Deisel keep this going and really put some pressure on the Muckdogs right here? Or can the Muckdogs get out of this and leave this as a 5-run game?
Ground ball to first base. Foul underneath the glove of Martillero. Bernardini. A 1-2 count now. Going off the stat sheet, looks like Christian's first appearance of the year. As that fastball is roped down the first base line, that's going to get in for a hit and another Deisel run. Mr. Martin will score an RBI single from Mark DeLeo.
Do you think we see the bullpen get hot again?
I think at this point, you've got a 10-6 game. You got to throw another arm in there. Probably one of your bullpen arms that would usually come in the later innings.
And close something? Like a closer, in essence.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I am going to look at this at-bat, right? This may be the last at-bat before I make a decision. But you still have no out right here.
As the Deisel have done a good job smelling blood in the water. As that pitch is upstairs. And the count moves to 1-1 to Jordan Kowalski. 0 for 2 today with a walk. As that pitch is fouled straight back. I think you're right. Bring a closer in. You've got 6 outs.
I don't even mean bring them in yet. I just meant, do you start thinking about warming them up, right?
Yeah.
At this point, at least.
At some point, you're going to want to close the door here on this Deisel rally. 4 runs here in the top of the 8th. The 1-2. Inside. Count moves to 2-2 from Bernardini.
And we're at the bottom of the lineup. This is that real important thing you got to get through to roll that back up top. And I'm going to tell you, when do you play a little small ball here at all?
Especially with some pitchers out in the infield, as that pitch is swung on and missed. And Bernardini gets his first strikeout of the day. And in steps Nate Markarian, the catcher, 0 for 2 with a walk today. And yeah, you've got substitutes in the field right now. Try to put some pressure on them.
Yeah, I thought that last at-bat was a perfect opportunity to lay one down, right? You had a lefty up, third baseman's playing deep. Could you still get a signal out of it? At least move, base runners over. I thought that was a perfect opportunity for it.
Could happen here with a young catcher as that breaking ball misses inside. No signs from Coach down at third base.
Well, remember, you got your out, right? You got your out, so he did what he needed to, and now you get another out before I'm considering it.
As that pitch misses outside, the count moves to 2-0 to the Deisel backstop.
Now, look at this as the only batter we've seen this all day. Look at where he's batting. He's actually standing on the batter's box line.
As that pitch is swung on and missed.
We've seen a lot of that on the high school side this year, right? And we see a lot of coaches that call their own pitches, that like to go on that have their batters get that close because so many like to call the outside corner. But I really have seen a lot of that this year.
Ground ball to third base. Runner jumps over it. Play to second. And a fielder's choice, 6'3", Ben Weber over to second base. As it looked like he was kind of unsure of where to go.
But if you're Deisel, I want to at least get this run over here at third, right? To see if I'm going to get a shot, right? Now you can put it at a 3-run game. Anything can happen still there. But I need that runner to score right here if I'm Deisel. And if I'm the Muckdogs, I want to shut the door right here.
Ryan Barduti now stepping in. As that fastball misses outside. Check throw down to first. Not in time, nothing doing. See?
And look.
We've got somebody getting hot in the Batavia bullpen. A right-handed arm. The 1-0. Swung on and missed. Fastball elevated. In on the hands, a tough pitch to get on top of.
What do they say? The pitch that is the one you, as a coach, want your players to stay away from is that high pitch, and all the batters will tell you it's my favorite one. Why is it their favorite one? They see it the easiest.
As that pitch is swung on and missed, but it gets away from the catcher. Play at the plate. He slides in. Seifert is safe. And there you go. There's Diesel's 7th run of the ball game. As Kowalski moves up to second. And I think now Diesel's fought back. Like, this is a ball game now.
Yeah, I mean, listen, they've each put 5 spots up. The difference in this game right now is the 6th inning with the 3 spot put up by the Muckdogs. That's the difference right here. And you really can change things. You get an opportunity with a base hit here. You turn this into a 10-8 game. Boy, a 2-run game going into the last inning. Anything could possibly happen.
Sure. 1-2 count. As that pitch misses outside from Bernardini.
And remember, now Deisel added another batter into the lineup, right, which was Noah Port, who did single last time. You got a chance right here.
As that pitch is swung on and missed. And that'll be the top of the 8th. But not before Deisel answers with their own 5 spot. And we'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Our homes have become offices, gyms, schools, and playgrounds. And at Western New York Immediate Care, we know you may need us now more than ever. Whether you've suffered a minor injury or just aren't feeling well, Western New York Immediate Care physicians are trained to diagnose and treat most non-life-threatening injuries and illnesses. With 5 convenient locations open 7 days a week, help is never far away. Life has changed, but Western New York Immediate Care is still here for you.
I love being home.
There's nothing better than owning the perfect house to come home to. You've earned it, and we'll make it happen. Our local real estate experts and in-house team of financial professionals make buying or selling your home simple. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
back here at Batavia, New York. As we've got a pitch hitter and a standing ovation from the Muckdog faithful. First pitch from Connor Ryan downstairs.
Now, if I'm correct, is this the young man who has been bringing the balls out and stuff?
Yes, it is. Yeah. Yes, it is. Eric Mosicki, the left-handed batter. 1-0 count to him. In there for a strike, and the count moves to a 1-0.
They're all yelling at Blue, right? He ain't gonna win no matter what call he makes right here.
I mean, everybody in the Batavia dugout is up as that pitch is inside. The count moves to 2-1. Eric, the clubhouse manager, takes time, and the Muckdogs love it. I mean, look at these guys. They're all up on the fence or even out of the dugout. Connor Ryan gets assigned the 2-1. Upstairs, and the count moves to 3-1.
And all Deisel saying, just throw strikes right here, right? It's sometimes one of the hardest things to do.
Shows bunt. And he's going to award him first base. So Eric comes in and works himself a walk.
They wanted that as a strike, and I don't think Blue was going to give it to him no matter what on that one, right?
So Eric will go down to first base. And we'll have another pinch hitter, Thomas Blades from Charleston, West Virginia. 5'10", 195, senior at the University of Rochester.
So are they going to run for him?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Looks like it. Yeah, they are. It is Giuseppe Arcui from Allentown, New Jersey. As Eric is going to get a standing O from the Muckdog faithful and a big old hug from Coach Martinez. This is fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, this really just the whole night has been something great to be a part of, you know? This Muckdogs team, the whole Muckdogs organization, I mean, this really has been a special night to be a part of. Whether you were a Deisel fan or a Muckdogs fan, it didn't matter tonight.
100% as that pitch is swung out and missed from the West Virginia native. Walking up to Tyler Childers, something you don't hear often, but good taste from the left-handed hitter. As that pitch is in for a strike on the inner half of the plate.
That may have been a makeup call for the non-strike on the last one.
Maybe so. 0-2 count to Blades. As that pitch is swung out and missed. And Connor Ryan picks himself up. A strikeout. As we have another pinch hitter, Ronaldo Houston from Haines City, Florida, 6'3", 308. Junior from Georgia Southwestern State. And this is a tall customer.
I'm going to tell you, he gets a hold of one. This is going a country mile is what it's going to go.
As that pitch is upstairs, ball one.
And as everybody knows, listen, I got a defensive tackle that plays football. You know what I mean? But he loves to play baseball.
Swung on and fouled back as he just peeled off of it at the last second. Giuseppe over at first, representing St. Leo University.
And to finish the comment is, everyone knew if he gets a hold of one, watch out, it's going a country mile. And he reminds me a lot of my son Luke right out there right now.
Don't put it in the I mean, he's twirling the bat like it's a toothpick. This dude is strong. The 1-1 is a good breaking ball. Kind of hung it from Ryan.
But it was right. I mean, what is he sitting? He's sitting there looking for a dead red fastball, and he got the off speed, and that's why he laid off of it. And I'm going to tell you, I'm thinking about right now going with another off-speed pitch right here after seeing that.
Something in the dirt, 1-2 count. Fastball swung out and missed. He elevated it upstairs, and Houston is down on strikes. So our third pinch hitter in a row is Stephen Oates from Mobile, Alabama. 6'2", 205, senior from Stillman College. as now we get to see all the pitchers take their hacks. Ryan gets the sign. Giuseppe still over at first. Comes set. Swung on and fouled off a fastball on the outer half. Kind of pool cued straight back. 10-7 ball game here in the bottom of the 8th. Connor Ryan gets his sign. Comes set. The 0-1. Swung on and fouled back. That ball almost looked like it was over his head.
Or it looked like it was one I could stick my hands out and almost catch. It was coming right at us.
Thankful for that. I don't feel like making any plays today. This is my day off. The 0-2 count to Oates. It's behind him, but it'll catch him. So he'll award himself first base.
So you've had a chance to play, right? And you played after you still went to college, right? You played a little bit in summer ball, right?
I played club ball as well.
Okay, so you're playing club ball too?
Yeah.
So do you have an itch to get out here and play with any of these teams right now over the summer?
There is an itch, but similar to you, I've thrown too much batting practice. I know. I don't know why, but for some reason my swing still works.
Listen, your swing, you're also a very good center fielder, and you know what I mean? Like, we're not talking about being a pitcher out anymore, but could you get out there and still itch, especially to play center field, right? You've also played infield, too.
Yeah, I have. I've kind of been all over the place as that pitch is in there for a strike. I think if I were to jump into this game, I'd go 0 for 3 with a fly out to right field and maybe a walk. I probably wouldn't be able to steal second base without tearing a hamstring. The 0-1. Ground ball to third base. Fielded cleanly. He'll step on third, and that'll be the bottom of the 8th for Batavia. We'll be back for the 9th inning right after this.
Sometimes it just isn't your day. We all need a little help from time to time. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective care. And we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
With exclusive buyer insights and our 100% money-back guarantee, we're confident we'll find buyers for your home. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
Do you insure a lot of businesses?
Yes, we do.
How about restaurants?
We got a bunch.
Do you cover property damage?
Yes, we do.
How about my equipment?
Covered.
How about sewer backup?
We got it.
What if my cook gets hurt?
They're covered.
Foodborne illnesses?
Covered.
What if my party tent goes down?
Covered under property damage.
And you say this is all under one policy?
One policy.
When do I pay?
Once a month.
Just one time?
Just one.
Is there anything you don't cover?
What's your record for consecutive questions asked?
31.
Tables. We don't do tables.
Gotta love Buffalo.
For all your insurance questions, call the Wolf at 835-WOLF.
Back here in Batavia, New York. Christian's going to try and finish this out, and he'll see no report, who got on via the single in his first at-bat of the day. Back in the 7th inning. Bernardini comes set. Pitches inside, ball 1.
So they've already had a closer we saw warm up, right? Obviously, they come back here. Well, how long do you go? One runner gets on?
I think if somebody reaches second base, somebody's got to get hot in the bullpen.
Well, they already got him hot, if you remember last inning.
Yes, they did.
So he could be warmed already, right? But how long do you let him go right here is the question.
Yeah, I think if there's a runner in scoring position, then at some point you've got to close the door as the count moves to 3-0 to Port.
A 4-pitch walk? You know what I mean? Like, and then what's happening? Because you got to remember, you're going to the top of the order now.
That pitch is fouled straight back. In on the hands of the Deisel center fielder. Bernardini comes set, gets the sign. That pitch is outside. And a 5-pitch walk to Noah Port.
So remember, this is the top of the order right here, right? And we've seen, especially the 3, 4, 5 spot has really been hot right here.
Going from the second spot to the 6th spot in the lineup last inning, all of them scored, all 5 of them. So Port will lead off at first with Jacob Victor now in the batter's box. First pitch fastball down the heart of the plate for strike 1. Going to check on the runner at first. A good move from the center fielder pitching.
I got to think Victor's the only one we really haven't seen explode on one today, right? And he is due to right now come up with a big one.
As that fastball misses inside, count moves to 1-1. I think at this point, you probably shouldn't tell someone to sit on a breaking ball, but from what we've seen so far, he might hang one here. As he checks Port again, Port was leaning, but ultimately gets back in time.
Ooh.
And he was right here. It came.
That hit it actually hit his elbow pad. Yeah. That's why it bounced so far away as it did.
Thank goodness, because that fastball had some juice on it.
So here you go. Walk, hit by pitch right now. And you don't see the bullpen. I don't see anybody going out there.
No,
I don't see the coach moving or anything.
As in steps BJ Stack. Scored last inning. Starting off the rally for the Deisel. That fastball misses upstairs. Count moves to 1-0.
Remember, he had that line drive that was with the shortstop, right, that was sitting at 6-6.
Correct. As they've got a new shortstop in there. As that pitch gets him as well. And Stack's not too happy about it.
So I don't think anyone's happy about being hit by a pitch, right?
Most certainly.
But here we go. 3, 4, 5 right now with bases loaded.
All the players are looking to coach to go to the bullpen. Thomas Eaton, the pitching coach, electing to stay with Bernardini. But you have to imagine this is his last batter.
I don't know. Or are they just going to let it go, right? It's a game that doesn't have any meaning.
Good slider in there for a strike. And he'll get ahead of his first batter in the top of the 9th. The 0-1. Fastball outside. Counts even now at 1-1. To Matt Whitesback, who's had himself a day, scored twice. 2 hits, was hit by a pitch in his last at-bat, and that one gets him as well. So 3 straight HBPs will score a run for the Deisel.
So they're now having. They were going to pull the players were going to come out and pull the pitcher, and they said no.
I tell you, that's a tough day if your teammates are coming to pull you.
Well, I don't know if they are now coaches letting them do, you know what I mean? Yeah, they've obviously been having some fun today, you know what I mean?
10-8 ball game. As that pitch misses outside. Ball 1 to Nick Jasinski. And I think now, especially for Jasinski, a cleanup hitter, one swing of the bat can tie the game right now. And a line drive to left field. It's going to be caught. Runner goes, and a throw way off. So now the Deisel has come back to make it a 10-9 ball game.
So they appealed the runner leaving early over there. They said he's safe. So you still now only have one out, 10-9 right here.
Tying run on second. Go-ahead run on first for Neil DeMartin, who's got a double and a single today. Later came around to score last inning. First pitch to him is upstairs. You also have to remember, with the amount of substitutions, you've got a field full of pitchers. There's barely any position players out there.
But there should be no reason then you can't move one of them in. Right?
Sure. You've got a center fielder throwing right now. You can easily take him out to center as the count moves to 2-0.
They really haven't followed all the rules either about substitutions, so
Very
I mean,
true.
not a big deal.
Non-league game. Fastball in there for a strike. 2-1 count with one away, a 10-9 ball game. And hats off to Deisel. They've really stayed vigilant throughout this ball game.
Remember, it was 10-2, right? It was 10-2 at one point. And Deisel could have just said, listen, let's get out of here. We can get home. We could have just, waltzed the way through. And they didn't, right? They really haven't. They've taken every at-bat seriously, really tried to make sure they kept that dugout into the game. And all it takes is one inning, right? Base by base is exactly what they did, and we talked about that. And that's exactly why they're back into this game.
Pitch was fouled off from DeMartin. 2-2 count with one away. Breaking ball up the middle. Ground ball to shortstop. He'll take it himself. Over to first. And a double play to end the game. So the Batavia Muckdogs tightrope themselves out of trouble. So, Tom, with today's game, what do you take away from it?
It was a fun game. I take this as it's been a fun game. I love how Deisel didn't give up, but this Muckdogs team's for real, right? I mean, you could see towards the end they had a lot of fun out here is what they did, right? Gave people an opportunity that would not normally play in the game or in certain spots, because that's what you do in games like this. Held on, enjoyed it as a team. That team over there, Batavia, comes closer today is what it does. And when you've got guys that are from all over the place that only get to play a short time over the summer, games like this is how you become stronger as a team. Congratulations to Batavia right there. And what all Deisel is doing here is saying, we're getting ready for a national championship run, a World Series run, right, is what we want to do. To do that, we got to play good teams. That's how we get better.
Of course, and a fantastic Saturday night here in Batavia. We've had a good time from start to finish.
Really has. Been a great time. Love calling this game with you. Really have a lot of fun today. I want to give some special credit out, to Russ Battaglia over there. He's been out there battling the elements out there. It's been a warm night out there. And then, of course, Francis Beck, who's been on the other side of us of the wall. I really haven't done a game where my producer's been on the other side of the wall. I keep got to look around and ask him questions.
So for Tom Prince, I'm Carson Harper. A 10-9 win for the Batavia Muckdogs here from Dwyer Stadium. Thank you for watching, and as always, take care.